Okay, here we go.
All right. So, welcome back, everyone, to session 12.
Glad to be back.
It has been 12 sessions. All right. So, last time was 2 weeks ago. So, I'll forgive you all if you don't exactly remember everything that happened. At the club, it was a fairly eventful night.
Indeed, it was.
I guess we can let's go like a general synopsis. I think. Well, we can go through the lens of Sinich and Azala because they were the most active, I think, in terms of like moving the story forward last session. Sinich got a backstage pass basically by proving his worth as a performer, and Azala, meanwhile, used her shape-shifting abilities to sneak into the back rooms and figure out what was going on. And Azala was able to find the artifact that you guys were looking for. A powerful, some type of powerful magic ball in the hands of a Gruul Beastmaster who was working with the Rakdos to provide live entertainment or living animals for their fight rings, basically. And at the climax of the show, as the Blood Witch Senka took the stage, the animals were forcibly freed by this Gruul Beastmaster, who then proceeded to rampage around the club. But you guys were able to subdue him and calm down the animal and much to the roaring applause from the crowd, who were very entertained. And speaking of being entertained, Senka was very impressed with Sinich specifically, and gave him tickets to her show at the jury review in a couple weeks' time. So that's quite exciting. Other than that, he managed to escape with one Boros casualty. One of the Boros members who was with you was unfortunately crushed by a falling animal cage.
Yeah.
But the other two are fine and are determined to bring back the artifact to Boros headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And so you decided to go with them, with a slight detour caused by Azala's dalliance with a devil, literally. And unfortunately for her, she does not remember what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, she has been bound under some sort of contract,
Mm-hmm.
and that has given her like a literal mark on her neck, very large and ostentatious, that will not be jettisoned until the contract is fulfilled. She has received the details of that contract, at least the first part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all that's happened so far. Keep in mind that the reason you're helping the Boros get these artifacts is so that the Gruul
can satisfy another contract.
Is so you can satisfy another contract that you signed with an Orzhov angel to drive the Gruul out of the first precinct.
Yeah.
Of District 1. So that's the reason that you're helping the Boros in the first place. In case you guys forgot why you were doing that. Which I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to make sure everyone. Let's see. I should give people their secret instructions for the session. Let me just double check what I gave you guys last time. Older chat logs. Where are they? Here they are. Okay. Okay. Okay.
You ever wanted to summon demons like in real life? No?
Okay, sorry.
What'd you say?
What?
What'd you say?
I said, has anybody ever wanted to summon demons like in real life?
Yeah.
Can't say I have.
Okay,
I
I'm
still
glad
have
I'm not alone
demons
then.
all the time. It's called depression.
Yeah, that'd be sick as hell.
Would it just be interesting?
Like draw like a chalk circle on the floor, like candles, recite incantations, daub my blood on the floor. Yeah, man.
And then like
Sounds sick as hell. I'd do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Good.
Yeah, man.
now I wanna take what you said about the chalk. I wanna turn it. What if you take that chalk and you draw a door on the wall? And then that's now a door that you can use
Hell
to
yeah.
go into the other room.
It's pretty powerful.
I think that's even more powerful than any demon, because the demon can be like, here's the thing, I just need your thing for it, but the chalk that does that, that's a tool.
Yeah, but like, what if you just want to restructure your neighborhood? I mean, like, it'd be nice if there was a 50-foot, like 5-foot path of flame and destruction here, and you were just like, oh,
I'm already near a path
Go,
of
demon.
flame and destruction. I'm on the west coast. The air's smoky.
how for all seriousness, how is that out there? Like, is it actually up there in BC?
Yeah, yesterday the weather said it was supposed to be a clear day, but the smoke was so thick, it was just pure white. Like, it's tough to breathe. My chest was actually heavy the other day.
The fires aren't like up in BC. It's just like you're feeling the effects from down south.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
There's been no massive wildfires this year in BC.
Okay. Because what even happened again? It was like some gender reveal party gone catastrophic, and then like half the
That was
country
part of-
turned into
that
fire.
was- Yeah, that was one part of it.
Okay.
Now all of California knows it's a boy.
Jeez.
I think we should ban gender, personally.
Oh yeah, it's the only possible. It's the only sensible conclusion to this.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
This is, yeah.
Gender is banned.
Gender causes.
It's clearly just causing problems for everyone. Like, come on.
Or at least
We can't afford these wildfires anymore, man. We gotta stop.
Can we
Yeah.
do like a patch update though, where it's like gender 2.0?
Gender 2. I'm here for it.
Gender 2. Changing your gender no longer results in player death.
Damn, that's sad.
That is sad.
Too real. Okay. And who else do I got it? Oh yes. Um,
But on to your point, though, Andrew, I don't think a flaming inferno would help with restructuring my neighborhood. My neighborhood in particular needs a lot more community outreach.
Oh, but that's only because you desire that kind of change. What if you desire a different kind of change?
Destruction is a change, but just like the death card in the tarot, I want it to be a transition to a new beginning, not a. I don't know. I don't really need like flaming pillars in my house.
you don't? Can I have yours then?
You may have mine.
Cool. Thanks.
Sorry, I'm more of a basic bitch lavender kind of guy.
Okay. All right. So you all have a message that you got back from your guild, and yeah, you're ready to get going. Let me just double check. Okay. Bark skin, eh? All out. All right, so it's first light.
Oh wait, it's a new day.
Yep. You guys were hunkering down for the night. I mean, you guys decided to take a short rest, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we took a long rest.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was saying, like, it's first light. So, like, because you guys, by the time you guys got there, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning or so. So you just rented the room for a few hours and got, like, a bit of rest, a short rest. Okay. Hold on, I've got a whisper. Okay. All right, so yeah, so Igor and Yand are ready to go. They're you know, strapped and ready for action. The sun's peeking up. The sun is like peeking up over the horizon behind you, lighting your way back west, or I guess technically kind of like northwest to the Guild Mages Forum. You can actually see it in the distance, the large obelisk in the center. It's it's still a few hours walk. It's like I said, it's like a major landmark of the precinct, so it's built on like a hill, so it's fairly visible from a long distance. So it's still a few hours away, but yeah. So you guys ready to go? Anything else you guys want to do before you're kind of this area between where you are now and the forum is kind of like a bit more wild. There's like I said, like there's a basically like a nature area, like a Selesnya managed forest park. There's like some like major roads that cross it, but generally speaking, there's very few buildings. Just a wilderness preserve, for lack of a better term.
Okay. Wait, it's like intentionally wild? Like,
Yeah, it's wild, but not in like it's not like wild. Like it's like I don't know. If you want to think of like Central Park.
Yeah.
That's the level we're kind of operating at here. Like Selesnya managed areas are more like urban parks than true wilderness, although the scale of them is very, very large. They're all quite large. Like they probably operate small parks too. Obviously, they're technically their responsibility.
Yeah.
But they have a tendency to like take over like entire neighborhoods and kind of like yank down buildings or let them go to kind of like either actively or passively let them kind of like go away.
Okay.
Decay, yeah. In like I said, like they so like because they care about the natural world and animal conservation and all that. So there's very large like parkways and you know, if like there's lots of green space generally in Ravnica. Well, not lots, but where there is, tends to be quite expensive. But almost always there are like well-maintained pathways through that are intended for people to use, and they're like generally patrolled by the Selesnya to keep them safe and you know, safe from like any animals that happen to be nearby, which is not uncommon.
Okay.
A little bit of world building on that, so that's, you know, imagine if walking through Central Park, like, you know, like there were like traffic cops that were like responsible for like keeping the bears away from pedestrians. That would be, not that there are any bears in Central Park, but if there were, that would be be their job.
Okay. Interesting.
Just a little bit of what's going on, and that's kind of the landscape you'll be passing through on your way back. So this is all to say you're kind of on like the edge of like civilization, for lack of a better term. So if there's anything like shopping or anything else you guys want to do while you still have the chance, now would be the time.
No, I'm pretty eager. I think we're in a bit of a rush to get back. Well, in my opinion, to get
Well, I
back
mean,
to the board.
guys, like they're ready and willing to go. But if you have something you need to do, obviously they'll they're like you guys. They're asking you if you're ready to go. So if you say no, presumably they'll help you get ready to go so that they can go.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Ready to go. Wait, who has the ball of doom? Or
I think we actually gave it to the Boros Legionary.
Yeah, I think one of them has it. I'll say Igor has it. Igor seems like the senior of the two.
Yeah.
all right.
Ever since the death of their comrade, they've been a little more sober about the
Whole operation. Yeah.
whole operation. So yeah, he's got it in like a loop on his, like a little pouch on his belt. Yeah, he's ready to go. So you guys are ready to go. So let's go. So yeah, so it's you pass a couple hours just kind of walking through the woods. Basically, the sun slowly creeps up above the horizon behind you, and the tall shadows are, you know, it's almost eerily quiet, like many of the urban areas around as well. It seems like the natural world too is noticing the unrest in the area. You don't really hear the chittering of squirrels or birds like you normally would on a path like this. And you know, everyone seems a little bit on edge. The Boros guys especially. They keep like looking over their shoulders and jumping at shadows. Despite the perfectly pleasant weather, Shortly, the path comes to an intersection. There's another path that's kind of going crossways to yours. And there is a massive wolf curled up in the center of the crossroads.
Nice.
Yeah. He's wearing like kind of like a helmet or a headpiece that has the Selesnya insignia on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we familiar with what this might be? Like, is it a common thing to see?
If you, I mean, you guys are all kind of like city folk, but Sienich would know what this is.
Okay.
So if you know, Sean
Yeah.
probably does. But Sean, you can explain if your character can explain if you want. If not, I can just tell you can just keep your secret. Or if someone can
ask him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Sandich, what is that? Is it dangerous or is it not?
Sorry, it's my dog's like.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I think she's fine. Hopefully, she doesn't bark crazy. Yeah, it's a wolf.
Yeah,
A nice wolf.
Yeah, will it kill us?
Yeah, so I can explain if you want, or if you want to try and if you want to just try it for yourself. I did kind of give you a little explanation.
Yeah, it's
when I was talking with you about your character, but
it's like a mount of sorts. The rider should be around here.
Wait, yeah, if it's a mount.
And you are correct, Sean. As you guys approach, you can see that actually it does have like like not like a saddle, but like it does have like a harness and like reins that are like over its back, but they're kind of blending in with its fur from further away. And the wolf kind of like lifts its head up and like sniffs, and like then it like its eyes kind of like focus and it shakes itself out of its sleep. And you notice that there was like a human who was kind of like the wolf had kind of like been curled up around him, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
But as the wolf kind of unfurls itself, he like sits up and stands forward. He's got like a huge, like basically, I can't think of the word. It's like a sword on a spear.
Oh, like yeah, glaive
or pole arm or something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, I think I get what you're getting at.
Like a pole arm with like a short sword attached to the end of it, basically.
Okay.
A guisarm or something like that. Maybe is the word. I don't know. Something along those lines. Some type of pole arm. It's not a spear.
It's no spear.
But it's basically something that can be used both to slash and to stab from, like, well, in this case, wolf back.
Okay.
So,
Why am I picturing the craziest contraption now?
Like Dynasty Warriors. It's
Dynasty Warriors, yeah.
I don't know. Like, you can just Google pole arm, and it pretty much is like the thing that I'm talking about here.
Okay,
there's a cool. The Wikipedia has a really cool little. It has like a little cool little thing here. Yeah, it's got like a blade. Yeah, I don't know. A pole arm of some kind. It can stab. It can slash. It gets the job done. Anyway. This is a lot of discussion over something that was really just because I didn't know the exact word for the thing I was describing. It really doesn't matter. Point is, he kind of walks up to you and he says, "Morning."
Good morning. I think we're all pretty zonked.
Yeah. The Boros kind of like move to like pass, and he like almost like offhandedly like twirls the pole arm so that it blocks the way. Mm-hmm. He's like, halt, please. And the Boros kind of like look up at him and are like kind of scowling at him. And he says, "Unfortunately, we've had to close this path."
Why?
That's classified.
This is Selesnya controlled territory, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he basically has jurisdiction. He's not just being a dick.
You don't know that.
I mean, fair enough, but like, I'm less willing to challenge someone's authority on like their own territory than if he was just like, oh, like Selesnya says, don't go here, and it was like, open territory. I turned to Stanich and I'm like, well, can you tell him?
We are doing Selesnya business, so
Yeah.
I mean, the path's closed, though.
Okay. Is there another way you suggest we get to? Is the Boros encampment at the Guildmage's?
Yes.
Yeah.
They kind of
Is
like
there another
commandeered
path you-
here.
Okay. I mean, is there another way you can suggest we get to the Guildmage's Forum then, if we can't go this way?
He's like, I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's military actions taking place at the forum right now. We've been kindly asked by the Boros to prevent any passage. And one of the Boros soldiers kind of like snaps at this. He's like, yes, it's so people like us can get through, idiots.
And you're like, yeah. Well, like try to calm down if it's Igor or Yannick, I'm not sure, but be like,
Yand is the hothead one, so it'll be
okay, Yan, yeah, but like Yan, hold on, this man's just doing his duty. But this man speaks true. We are acting on Boros business.
He's like, is that so?
Yes.
And Yand is like, see, or you're like, we are, look. And he like takes out this the like artifact. He's like, we've been tasked with retrieving this artifact for the for the Legion. And the Selesnya Wolf Rider takes like a long look at the artifact, and he says, interesting. A rather powerful enchantment lies within that stone.
Mm-hmm.
He looks up at the group. He says, I'm not entirely sure that I should be allowing a powerful magical artifact to go past my checkpoint.
Even if it's one that is expressly desired for the military operation, which you are helping protect?
He kind of like squints. He's like, this isn't Boros manufacture.
No, but it's something that is hindering their operations.
Wait here. He mounts his wolf and he says, yeah, wait here. I'm going to go talk to my superiors and
Totally reasonable.
we'll see if we can figure something out here.
Okay.
So he mounts his wolf and he kind of like bounds off away in the direction you guys were headed.
Chris, can I make an insight check?
Yep.
It sounds maybe kind of weird, but like to see if this man truly seemed like he was genuine in his desire to do like his duty, or if he was like actually just kind of effing with us, if that makes sense. Like basically if he was being duplicitous.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah.
Do you have like something in specific that you're trying to like figure out? Or is
Well,
this
I guess,
just like a
one
general?
of my fears or one of my concerns is that he's like this is total bullshit. He never got orders from Boros, and he's just trying to like. There's some other sort of insidious thing going on. Like he's
Okay, but like if you don't have like a specific like kind of like reason for your suspicion, you're just kind of like just
yeah.
a general check.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to know if there was something specific you wanted to ask about or not.
Okay, no.
Yeah, in general, yeah, go ahead. You can make an insight check.
No.
He seems like, I mean, obviously it's not like, this isn't like a normal occurrence, but nothing jumps out to you as being like, you know, below board. This just seems like bureaucratic nonsense.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So a few minutes go by.
Can I take Enna aside and whisper something into Enna's ear?
Sure, just loop me in.
Yeah,
What you're whispering.
so I think I'm gonna take Enna aside and particularly whispering so that like the rest of everyone isn't going to hear. I'm saying they're not going to let us pass without surrendering the artifact.
Whoa. How? I whisper back without anyone hearing. Like, how do you know this?
And I say, I just trust me. But like these Boros guards, they want to bring the artifact back, but that was not our task. Our task was to stop the artifact. It's currently being still active, but I think if we were to surrender it, we would still technically be doing what we need to do. Just the Boros must not find out. I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. While whispering as much as carefully as
You
I
guys,
can.
yeah. I'm not gonna like make someone overhear you if you say
Okay.
that you're trying not to be overheard.
Yeah, you didn't say whisper.
Yeah, that'll be assumed until you guys start addressing the group. Don't worry. I mean, that's not the thing. I'm not saying that nobody will eavesdrop on you or anything like that. But
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
you can say that you're trying to keep a secret, and I'll say that's assumed.
I'm just gonna keep. Then I'll say to Chenik. The truth is, I don't care for this artifact as long as it's dealt with. If it goes to anybody, but we get the job done, I'm happy with it. Just hopefully, whoever it goes to, they don't use it to mess up the natural order of things. And then I look at Chenik like I hopefully gets what that means.
I don't know if I get what that means, but I know what I I know what I want to say. It's basically like and I look at you. I look at and I'm like, well, I don't think you have to worry about that with the Selesnya.
And then I just smile back and I just say, whatever you do, better do it quick.
Okay.
All right.
I think I'm gonna wait until the wolf guy comes back, and then I don't know, see what he says, and then I'll make my decision what I'm gonna do. At that point.
Well, it's been at this. As you guys are kind of just like you're just kind of standing around. You're just like in the middle of the woods, basically. But nobody's come. Nobody has gone by. It's just you guys standing basically in a little crossroads. About an hour goes by. 90 minutes. Nearly 2 hours.
Okay, I think at some point, I think I'm gonna go and inform Azala of the situation.
Okay, to what extent?
Hmm?
Oh, like the same thing you told Anna, basically?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, well, why don't we just find another way around? Can't we just...
Oh,
go
we're
another
being
path?
watched.
Oh. You're saying they're not gonna let us leave at all?
No.
Well, then why are they just keeping us here?
Because they want the artifact.
Well, then why don't they just come and try to take it from us if that's their...
Because they don't want bloodshed.
Well, then then why don't we just leave?
Because they're gonna take it from us or stop
But
us.
then they haven't. That's what?
Because
Then why-
if we can solve it without bloodshed, or I don't know, and I look at
We
the
could
Boros.
just drop it. Oh, wait, I don't
Drop
want
it? No. I mean,
Why?
look, the Selesnya aren't exactly the people I don't trust with things like these. But at the same time, I feel like we do have somewhat of an obligation to the Boros to return it to them.
But do we?
Well, imagine you sent people out to deal with a problem, and they came back and were like, "We dealt with it, but you don't actually get to like be in control of how it's handled." I don't think they'd be like, "Oh yeah, like we're confident that's no longer a problem."
I mean, if they could send
Like,
people
maybe it's
out.
not a problem. Maybe it is.
I mean, look, it could have easily have been the druid that was causing it, not an artifact. And we dealt with the problem, and then we go back and we're like, it's dealt with, and they would have been in the same boat.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we know it's attached to the sword. Like, it's directly fucking with us. We've been experiencing it firsthand. Like,
Tyler,
Hello.
can you make a perception check, please?
I will.
Okay. Excellent. So,
Perfect.
so you're kind of presumably, I don't know if you're privy to this conversation or not. Yeah.
I'm kind of happy, right?
I assume that given the circumstances, you're kind of not. You're just kind of chilling. So they didn't specifically, like I said, sorry to, like they're talking because, we're good at that, but you're not kind of like not included, unfortunately for you. But
No.
you're just kind of like, so you're just kind of chilling. But you are like paying attention, and that like, first Scenich and Enna were just kind of like having a little whisper, and then they had a little conversation for a few minutes, and then they kind of like broke apart, and now they're both talking to Azala, and you're like pretty interested, and you're like, what could they possibly be talking about, right? Interesting. That's very interesting. But you notice that you're not the only person who's noticed their conspiratorial whisperings. The Boros are now also whispering to each other and looking at the three of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk.
You notice Yand is like got his like hand on his like scabbard.
Huh. I don't like
Paranoia sets in.
Listen, they're not gonna let us through.
I don't see that, so I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say. And as he puts his hand on his sword, you hear like a bird call.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Is it like really
The first one you no, it's not. It's just a bird call, but it is the first bird all morning.
Okay. Like we've heard birds calls before. It's not like out of nowhere.
No, I mean birds exist.
Okay.
This isn't the real world where birds are obviously just machines created by the government. This is Ravnica, where mythical beasts like birds are actually real.
Like a magic drone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's all. You just noticed that the Boros soldiers seem a little on edge.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys were talking. Go ahead. I just wanted to give Tyler a little something since you guys were having a conversation without him.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, sorry. Just 1 second. I think you're supposed to like cut it like a square. Am I crazy?
Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna let us
I'm
through.
basically gonna. What's that?
They're not gonna let us through.
I mean, how are they gonna stop us? If they were gonna stop us, why wouldn't they have done it already?
Because
They said they
I'm
want no
here.
bloodshed. Yeah.
Alright, I'm back.
There's an agent with us.
Who said they want no bloodshed? They didn't say anything. He said he's gonna go talk to his superior and come back, and he hasn't. He could have gone to the Guildmages Forum if we just took the long way by now.
And then I just look at Chenik, just tell him.
Like around a forest, like hours.
Well, I mean, it's already been a few hours. Like, we could at least have been halfway there.
So I'd be like, well, we're here now, and they're not gonna let us through. If anything, they're watching us.
What do you mean they're not gonna let us through? Were they just gonna have us sit here till we die of starvation?
Until we move or force their hand. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Force
go
their
over yonder
hand?
and ask what's up.
They're not doing anything, and we're not doing
Okay,
anything.
sorry. So, as you all are aware, Tyler has injected, or Yaya has injected themselves into the conversation.
What did Yaya say?
He's like, hey, what are you guys talking about? I assume. I didn't hear what Tyler said exactly.
Yeah.
They want to be included, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, well, and now I'm gonna be like kind of shouting. I'm like, well, apparently we're Silesian prisoners and we can't go anywhere, which I think is insane. I think we should just leave.
Oh,
Say that
so,
louder so
I was gonna say that pricks up a couple pairs of ears. So the Boros soldiers hear what you are saying, and both
I throw up my
draw their
hands
sword.
like I didn't say anything like that. Like I'm like
I'm aware that you didn't say that, but
no, that's what I
all
throw up
really
my
bad,
hands and I'm
alright?
like, what are you talking about?
So the Boros draw their swords. They're like, "What? What's going on here?"
I'm like, whoa,
And,
whoa, like Igor,
you hear-
Yan, relax. There's no
You
need.
hear a squirrel chittering. Chattering, yeah. What chitters? Does a chipmunk chitter and the squirrel chatters?
another
Chittering is definitely a word. What?
Because
I
there's
think
chitter
chittering is a
chatter.
word. I've heard it. Maybe chittering is like bugs.
Maybe, yeah.
What does it mean then?
It's just like the name for a sound a bird makes. I don't know. Or a small rodent. Chitter, chatter, they're all the same thing. Yeah, I don't know. They're just onomatopoeias turned into words. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You hear squirrels. I'm being a Foley artist to this tense situation.
Excellent. Yeah.
Anyway, so you need there are two gleaming swords in the late morning sunlight.
Yeah. Okay, are they drawing them like just in general, or are they drawing them like at us?
I don't think you draw a sword at things.
Okay. Well, like they're not.
Are
Like,
they holding?
like,
Are they in a
stancing
stance
against us, right?
toward us?
They're in like a combat ready stance. They are soldiers. They know
Are they
what to do with them.
facing? Are they facing us, or are they like going back?
Yeah.
to
Well, you're
back?
the only people here, so yeah, they're facing you.
Okay.
You're the only people they see.
Okay.
So they're like, "What are you talking about?" Especially you saw utter the phrase "Silesian prisoners" in a loud voice. So they're especially looking at you, seeing it with a great deal of suspicion.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I'll try and calm them down. Like, I don't want to get them excited. Or like, and Rorik, or no, Igor. Sorry, Rorik was one who.
Yeah, Rurik the dearly departed.
Yeah. Like,
Hi.
relax. Like, there's no need to get concerned here. But I think
Okay, that seems like a persuasion check to me.
sure.
You're gonna have to persuade them to not be alarmed.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
They seem pretty wary, but go
Yeah.
ahead, say what you're gonna say.
Okay. Well, like, I think we should just try and leave, and let's just get out of here. Like, let's just leave. We should just get out of here.
Are we trying to get
So the Boros are like, they kind of like they turn to one another and they kind of look back at you and they're like, "That's a good idea. We are going to leave. You stay right where you are."
Oh, I raised my eyebrow. Is that so?
Yes. We are responsible for this artifact. It's in Boros' custody, and we're going to get it back to the Guild Mages Forum. I don't know what you guys are all whispering about, but
And
this...
they're like, Igor and Yan, you can stop right there. We are also responsible for that artifact, and we will not let you leave without us.
They're like, try and stop us, and they like start like walking away.
Okay, can I use magic missile non-lethally?
No.
I mean, technically, yes.
Yeah, technically you
Can I
can.
like aim for the legs?
You can, yeah, you can always specify that damage is non-lethal. That's your choice.
Okay. I'm aiming for... It sounds so bad, but like, you can't just fucking steal our orb and walk away.
I mean,
What is it?
You can.
Our orb, though?
It's our job to get it back, and I'm not letting anyone fuck it up, even if they
Also
work
their
for
job
us.
too.
It wasn't.
I try to stop him. Wait, let's.
no.
Just calmly, and then I guess you're shooting.
I was gonna say you can try and stop him,
Yeah.
but generally speaking,
I mean, like if
the
you
first to speak
if
gets to be the first to do the thing that they want to do.
yeah, I know.
But I'm
He's gonna shoot, but I'm gonna raise my hand like, wait, don't do it.
Once he gets the attack off, you'll get the chance to like
Yeah.
do something about
Yeah.
it if you really want.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, who's the one who last had the orb?
I think
It was Yan.
More
No, it
veteran
was,
one.
yeah.
it was Igor who had it.
Igor,
Yeah,
yeah.
a hot-headed.
Yeah, Igor's getting some magic missiles to the calves.
Okay, sorry. I just realized the stat block I was using for these guys might not actually be appropriate. Hold on. Let me just have a quick
I don't
check.
have 100 health.
Well, let me just I was going to use one from the book, but then it's like, oh, these people. I might use it anyway, but let me just double check and see if there's a better one that I can dig up from the monster manual that might help. That might be better. Just like just like basics, because I wasn't 100% expecting the attack, so I just kind of like jotted down like, oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But I was like, no, if they need to do something, this is kind of like the stat block you can use. But I didn't read it closely enough. And I'm like, oh, this actually is not really appropriate for what they actually are. But I didn't expect it. Oh yeah, this will do. Perfect. This is perfect. Okay.
It's like they're goblins or something.
Oh no, it's just that there's a special kind of Boros trooper that is in the the Guildmaster's Guide that I was using, but then I realized that they're kind of like they're just kind of not appropriate for this specific one. But I did find one that is appropriate for their level. Okay, go ahead. What were you doing?
In the legs.
Okay.
Hopefully not lethally.
All right.
I'm trying to disable him, not kill him.
Okay. So you don't. They get like the attack like thuds into them, and they're like, ah, bastard, and they start moving.
Yeah, I try to stop
Okay.
Azala. Like, whoa!
I'm gonna run after them.
Okay. They're not really interested in fighting you, so they're probably gonna just try to run away.
Yeah, like again, I'm not trying to hurt them. I don't want to hurt them. I just want to stop them.
Yeah, no, I know. You kind of specified, but
Okay, yeah.
they don't really want to be stopped either. But they're not really like if you were trying to kill them, they'd probably stand and fight. So that, you know, but they're just kind of trying to make it run away. Okay, so they're gonna make a break for it. Who wants to join the chase?
Can I join the chase?
Anyone can join the chase. That's why I'm saying, do you want to join the chase?
I'll join the chase.
Okay.
Yeah,
Basically, my thing is I'm gonna blind the guy who has the orb.
Okay. You can go ahead and do that. They'll make a con save.
I can't remember. Was it York? Is York? York?
No,
Igor?
Yeah.
Igor has Igor.
Igor. Yeah.
And it's a con save. Okay. 20.
Well, I tried.
All right. Anyone else want to join the chase?
Yeah, I'll join. I think we all said we'd join.
Yep. Okay. So they are. Okay. Technically, we should do an initiative order, but I'm just going to let each of you act in the order that you've already acted,
Sure.
and then the two guys will go.
Yeah, so basically I ran after them, but then stopped halfway and then casted my spell, so they're kind of further up ahead. Probably.
Yeah. So basically they're taking the dash action. So I don't remember exactly how you're supposed to run the run chases, which is a shame because I love them and I always put them in. I think they're a little clunky with the 5 rules, unfortunately, but it's okay. Anna and Yaya, anything you guys want to do, or do you just want to try and chase them down?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to chase them down for now, just to make sure. I don't know if it kind of looks like Azala's trying to kill him.
Not trying to kill them.
So I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen.
That's a you thing.
All right, and Yaya,
What it looks like.
Well, you just shot him with a missile. That's all. And I've seen you shoot people with missiles before. It looks similar.
Mm.
All right, yeah. So you're going with them? Are you chasing as well, or are you?
I'm gonna run as fast as I can. I'm gonna
Okay,
jump.
because that is relevant because you're faster, because your move speed is faster than most people's. So I'll keep
Oh
that in
yeah,
mind.
that's right.
Okay, so they're gonna book it at this point. So Yaya and Steed Enna is like kind of keeping pace. But Sinich and Zala, they're like bringing up the rear now because you guys both like cast a spell, so they're a bit further away. But Yaya is pulling ahead of Enna and is already closing the distance towards them.
Imagine like Naruto running
as they run away. Basically you see Igor, the guy who has the orb, kind of like he pulls like it's tough to see obviously, but he like pulls like something out from his like breast, and he like says an incantation, and you see like the Boros insignia on their backs like glow, like and almost like a red gold like fiery kind of thing.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, they're like moving faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can still keep pace with them. It's just giving them a little bit of they're a little bit quicker. So go ahead, Azala.
I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Sure. What does that do?
It lets me take the. I can take the dash action as a bonus action.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna use all my actions to move and scream.
Yeah. So you're gaining on them like real fast. I like Expeditious Retreat being used in this way. That's very
Banshee.
more expeditious, like rundown. Okay. Sinich, what are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and as I run, see if I can if anyone's saying anything to me, like that's like directed at me, not just random things.
Okay. You actually notice that like there are almost no animals anywhere here. It's like eerily quiet.
Sorry, I just called a fly.
Other than you kind of like can sense at the very edges of your comprehension. You can kind of like sense that there are some animals that are kind of like surrounding you, but they're so quiet and like they're mentally speaking, they're not saying anything.
Yep, I'm just gonna run, I guess, my 30 feet and try to just like keep up, and I'm gonna say like this isn't should have how it went down. It never went down.
Yes, you're.
And I'm speaking to Azala.
Yeah, you're kind of like falling behind the pack.
Like this is not what I wanted.
Anna, how about you?
Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna stay back a bit. Oh, she can't see me anymore. She's running freaking like a Olympic runner. I'm just gonna cast.
I'm not focused on you at all.
Nice. I'm gonna cast blindness on you.
Ooh.
Oh no.
All right. Well, that's allowed. Make a con save.
Hopefully, it's came from a thing. I don't know. Yeah. Oh wait. There.
Yeah. DC 13 con save. That's all.
Wait, I'm thinking maybe increased. Does it increase with like?
Let me
I know
see.
when I leveled up, but does it do with all the spells? Probably, right?
It should do it automatically.
Should do it automatically, but let me just
Oh
check.
my god.
Yeah, it should be 14. Oh wait, no, that's Azala.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
Okay. Yeah, you fail. You can't see anything.
Oh my god.
Um.
I stop and I'm like, oh my god, I'm blind.
I just yelled to Azala, "Get down!"
Okay.
And then
What
Get
about
down,
you? Yeah.
Hank.
What are you doing?
I was like, "Get on the floor."
He's like arresting us all.
And I'm like, why?
There's agents around us. Just keep calm.
Uh,
I am not calm.
That's all I say. I'm done. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your go. The guys are still running away.
I'm gonna jump at him. I'm gonna jump as far as I can.
Okay. Make as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. You do that, and then make a dex save.
Okay.
And Scenish, you make a dex save as well.
No, my dex is really good. I'm so mad.
Sorry, Scenish, make it with advantage. Because you know what's going on here.
Okay.
Or you have a better idea of what's going on here. Yeah, okay, so you make the save. A bit too late, you realize that there's a tripwire. And the two Boros agents have just blundered through it, and you are too close to them to stop. And a net kind of like yanks the three of you up to the treetops.
Ah!
Whoosh!
That's funny.
And yeah. So now you're all tangled up together in a net. Zala is on the ground still. Zala said that you stopped, right? You stopped though,
I
right?
stopped because I can't see anything where I'm
Yeah,
going.
exactly. That's why I didn't make you make the save.
I run back and I just say, just stay calm. I'm gonna cut them out of the tree.
All right.
And I run past Azala and I try to cut them free.
They're like 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
There's like big trees.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's like a big, huge tree that's like a fair distance away, but like the branches are hanging over, and yeah, so they're like hanging like 20, 30 feet up in the air.
Can I use chill touch on leaves or on a bag
Rope?
of
You know what?
rope?
Screw it. It's my turn. I'm gonna. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, like it's not like a combat anymore. The chase is over.
Fuck
And
it.
you guys can
I'm
just do
casting
things.
Shatter on the rope. They're gonna fall.
Can I make another save to not be blind then?
Yeah, I'd say you can make a save. Yeah,
Let's see what happens when they fall like 30 feet. Come on.
There we
Okay,
go. It's
you
all high
can
and low.
see again.
I'm pretty sure Yaya can survive a 30-foot fall like nothing. So let's do this.
You are legitimately correct.
Wait, what? Each creature in a different sphere.
It's casting on the net, like above the net and the rope.
Yep.
Oh, like you're casting it on the thing, so
On
it's
the
just a
rope.
fall damage.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I guess they'll both make a save. 19 and 16 plus their saves. It's a con save.
Well, fuck it. I'm here. We're gonna.
I think they both make it, right? Yeah. But you do destroy the rope, I would say. And they fall out of the sky. So they'll both take damage, because they'll fall to the ground.
2d6?
Yeah, but I will say, they're in a net, so they're like kind of like restrained. Yeah. Normally I wouldn't. Normally you'd be able to, like, if you had jumped from this height, you'd be fine. But I'm gonna say, since you're tangled up in a net, make a dex save.
All right.
To try and like orient yourself so that you don't like. Yeah, I'll say you're fine with 15. That's more than good enough. You managed to, like, you realize what's happening to you, even though you're like, it's extreme. Oh yeah, I guess you got to make a con save too. Wait, were you just saying the rope?
Yeah, I was gonna damage the rope and let them fall.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, okay. Never mind. They don't have to make those saves in the first place. Okay.
Okay.
But they're both gonna take 9 fall damage. So yeah, they clatter to the ground in a messy heap.
And I think
It's
what
like,
I'm gonna
God damn it!
I'm just gonna like step on the the net and like to like pin them to the ground. You know what? This is getting a lot messier than it needs to be, but whatever. I say that out loud.
Yeah. I'm just like, guys, we can't afford to fall apart here. We need to stick together.
So the Boros are like a little. They're like. They can tell that they're surrounded, so they're like not fighting, but they're like, I knew I couldn't trust you. They say collectively.
Couldn't trust us? We could trust you. You're the ones who ditched us.
You're trying to steal this, aren't you?
No, I just don't trust you to get it there on your own.
And like I'll be like, oh, I don't know about that. And then like I pick up the like take it from him.
Oh, you're taking the orb from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't resist.
Wait, he gives it up?
Yeah, they're not resisting. They're surrounded.
Okay.
They don't want to fight. They can sense a lost battle when they see one.
Well, now I'm looking at Senich and I'm like, what are you planning to do with that orb?
I don't know. Leave it here.
Senich, we have to bring it back.
We have to deal with the problem.
We just have to deal with it.
Yes, but putting it here is not dealing with it. It's just possibly letting it become a problem somewhere else.
Yeah, no longer for the Boros.
But also possibly for the Boros. Who knows what the Selesnya want to do with that? And I appreciate you're loyal to your faction, but our mission was to...
Yeah, not here, which is the problem. Because then if it's not a problem here, then it's not a problem so that they can deal with the Gruul. It's all good.
I have a feeling that if we explain that to Boros HQ, they would not agree.
Who says they even need to know about the artifact?
Really?
Wait, we have 2 Boros soldiers that know where the artifact is.
And I'm tying them. I like this is like when I'm getting the rope out of my bag and I'm doing a tie. It's like as I'm saying this, like I put the satchel on the ground and then I'm like getting the rope out of my bag and I'm like tying these always up.
I respect these 2. They helped us a lot.
Did they?
They did.
They risked their lives for
that is like very demonstrably not true.
They haven't
really helped you. They were just kind of chilling. They were there, I'll give you that. They didn't really help.
One guy died because he was drinking on the job.
He was drinking on the job.
I don't think. To be fair, I drank too, but like. No, we're assisting them, and not them, the Boros, and only so that they could do their job, which is they're supposed to be doing. We're doing their job for them.
We're doing our job, which is to get this back to the Boros.
That's not our job.
That's not the job, though.
That is totally what our job is.
That was not the job.
Isn't.
That was
the
source.
Since we are having a disagreement about the facts of the matter, I think as DM I will allow myself to step in on this otherwise excellent in-character conversation. And I will point out that you are tasked with removing the influence of the enchantment in some way. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to bring it back, although they would like you to bring it back. If you could somehow destroy or deactivate it, that would have also been acceptable.
Yeah, I realized that like I had it in my bag.
Given that
the Boros didn't even know that it was in. I'm gonna say this out loud. It's like I had it in my bag. The Boros was still in the bar, and I could have just like disappeared this thing. Okay, so what I'm doing is in fact better for you all, and I'm pointing to you guys.
What? How is that like? That's like, oh, I didn't stab you. I only punched you in the face.
I'm not punching anybody in the face. We're going to do our job. It's going to be dealt with.
The Selesnya soldiers all laughing at us.
Probably.
There are no Selesnya soldiers here. What are you talking about? There is simply dramatically, like, very interesting bird song at particular moments when things are happening.
I mean, look.
Is it like not even like animal sounds? Like, because I have like speak with animals for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, it's definitely not freaking birds.
I didn't say that. I told you what you heard when you cast the spell.
Yeah, it hasn't been 10 minutes, has it?
No. My point is, when I said you couldn't hear any animals, and you're hearing birdsong when things happen. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me what you can infer from that.
I'm inferring that there's no birds.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I said that you know what's going on here. You're being watched. You are correct.
Yeah, but it's fine. And it's like, you know what? Yeah. So like I think this is like when I'm done tying them because I'm just like talking.
But I will say that they're not fake bird calls. Okay, the bird calls are incredibly accurate.
Nice.
And nobody could possibly know
unless they're by magic.
Bird calls. You have. I'm not even asking you guys to make perception checks for them. That's how good they are. There's no way you'd know unless you like really knew.
Unless you knew how to speak with birds.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was a creative way of understanding the situation. So I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, the Selesnya are not the people I exactly distrust, but at the same time, why are you so hooked on this artifact, and why is this such a big issue? What are you planning with this thing?
He's like, look, we're not planning anything, all right? We're gonna get dealt with. And this is like when I pick up the satchel and I'm like unzipping it and like pulling out the orb to look at it.
Okay, you look at it.
I'm just gonna bowl it into the forest. Like, we're not gonna sit here to look for it.
Sick. So you hurl it into the underbrush.
Yeah. Like, look, now we're free to go deal with the. We don't have to deal with the Boros. We don't have to go back and tell them that's the whatever's preventing the whatever is going on that they can't march is gonna slowly erode eventually, and we're free to deal with that mark on your back. I think I've solved everything actually, and I like kind of like look around like nodding like yeah, like you should just agree with me.
Yeah.
So the two Boros are like,
where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have teamed up. Danik, are you alright?
Like yeah, like I am alright. It's like I cross my arms like I just solved everyone's problem.
Excellent. I like that. So the Boros soldiers are a little like alarmed. They're like you can like they're like looking at each other, and like one of them like kind of like motions with his head towards the woods where Scenish threw it, but they're tied up, so they can't really like move or anything. So yeah.
I'm gonna go look for the orb.
Sure. So you go tramping off into the woods.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like,
Steve just got a pretty good arm, so you'd like disappeared a fair distance.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. Perception check. So you're pretty sure you saw where it went into the trees.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly well, like the ground is actually fairly well manicured here. It's not like I don't know if you guys know this, but like in like pre-colonial America, apparently, like the like the Aboriginal people who lived in like the East Coast would like have like all controlled burns all the time. There wasn't actually that much like brush in the forest, and you could just kind of like walk through it comfortably. And that's almost what it's like. But the trees are quite thick, and there are a lot of them. And so you're pretty sure you saw where it went. But like as you like look around, you're just like you can't like see anything. Like all of like there's just nothing there to be seen. You're and there's like it's weird because there's like not that much in the way of like thick grass or brush or gorse.
What is the terrain? Is it like trees? Or?
It's mostly just like trees. There are like plants. They're like flowers and some bushes and brushes and things like that. But like, there's not a ton in it. And they're fairly orderly, as a matter of fact. Like it's not. It doesn't look particularly. Like I said, it almost looks like a park, right?
Mhm.
But it is like much wilder than a park would normally be, obviously. But yeah.
Okay.
So things look a little manicured, and but like nevertheless, despite the like general lack of like places it could be, you still can't find it.
Yeah, can I? Maybe it's too much to ask for a second check, but can I look to see if there's anyone in the trees?
Sure, you can make a perception check for that.
Jesus Christ.
You don't see
Terrible today.
anything.
Yeah. Huh,
You're stymied.
Okay. I mean, I presume it was taken. If I can't find it, I presume it was taken by someone. But I was like, okay.
Well, that's your prerogative as a character and role player.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. Your character has no information one way or the other.
So you're just gonna hear Azala scream in the distance then.
I just got a hair trigger this one. All right.
This is like I turn to like Yaya and Anna. I'm like, look, I'm just doing Azala a favor. She has some weird magic devil tattoo, like, and I'm pretty sure.
I'm surprised that you guys haven't like pressed her further on that. You're just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess you have that now.
I feel like that's her problem type thing. Like,
Exactly. It's like, I'm not asking questions. You kidding me?
Yeah, but
All right,
like,
fair enough.
and I don't know. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, and that matter of that contract should probably be resolved, and I'm like. Yeah, kind of like not trying to say anything while I look at the Boros, and
yeah, I'm looking at them too and being like, so when we go to the Boros with this, we say we found something and then threw it in the woods. And say
no,
it's dealt
what
with?
are you talking
The
about?
Boros, like the two soldiers, when they kind of cut in, and they're like, when they hear about this, you'll hang.
I think
Oh,
I'm like
that's
gonna
not good.
punch one in the face to knock them out, because that's what
Oh
I
my
do.
God.
Wow. Okay. Well, they're defenseless, so I'm gonna say you can.
I'm gonna knock
The other
both of them out.
All right. Well, the other one swears at you while you do the first. I don't know. I'm not gonna be like, he's not gonna like call you like a racial slur or anything, but he's very impolite.
Yep, big ear.
Yeah, exactly. Big ears. No. Yeah. Maybe he does say that, but like, but he doesn't really understand what's insulting to the Loxodons, and you're like, oh, thanks. That's a nice compliment.
Man.
Like, oh man, you know what they say? Big ears, big
Big fist.
something else. Anyway, I can't think of anything else that might be in reference to. Anyway, so yeah, they're knocked out. They're snoozing.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, there's a freaking angel contract. It's not that they're like in the hands of a devil, and I don't think that's fine. Probably, and like our names are on it. And I'm just gonna like just let that hang in the air for a moment.
So many contracts, I'm losing track. Okay, but
Well, I've signed 2 pieces of paper. How can I keep track of both of them?
there's so many. Okay,
I
well,
mean, actually, you only signed one. I signed two.
I know. Sorry. As your DM, I apologize for having
Yeah,
two
that's-
things that are both a contract as
all I
key
know
plot
is
points.
if we go back to
Won't
the
happen again.
Boros, Azala's gonna be. She's gonna tell the truth. What happened? There's no way around that.
Why not? Why not?
You can convince her. It's
mean,
fine.
It's already
as
convinced.
long
Like
as
we're
this
gonna go
orb
deal with
goes
her
away,
thing,
I'm
and she's
fine.
gonna be happy, and then she's not gonna tell. Like, come on, if she's gonna be friends with a secret weapons dealer and keep that secret, she could keep like the secret of how this got all dealt with. It's fine. It's
yeah,
fine. This is like what I'm saying before, like Azala comes back, even because she's all
No,
swearing.
before-
We're like
before
here
she comes
swearing
back-
in the woods.
Before she comes back, I'm gonna look to Yaya and be like, "What do you think about this, Yaya? Where do you stand?"
I'm curious about. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's this strong silent type.
It's a lot of yelling. I'm very sensitive.
Like,
Yeah, because like, I just don't want people to fight.
you're part of the same guild.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
I mean, but this doesn't really pertain to the Cynic in any way.
No, but
They're part of the same guild, but it doesn't have any, like, it's not relevant to their guild in any way, presumably. Unless, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's things going on that you're not aware of. But
are you fine giving this orb to the Selesnya?
I just want to get paid.
Saying it's dealt with.
Man,
Hey, we wouldn't have been able to leave without like fighting anyway. So and it looked great. So honestly, I probably wouldn't have like done anything. I'm just gonna go, and
I wouldn't be held responsible for what they do to you.
Yeah, it's like I am more interested in like solving the poison earth situation
yeah, I thought we were doing that.
/ Azala situation. It's all gonna be
the
dealt
main
with.
thing. Boros is a side thing for me right now.
Yeah, and it's as long as it gets dealt with, then they'll send their legions. Honestly, if we tell them that it's dealt with, that's all we need to say. Really, we can even send a messenger there. You don't even need to.
I'll say at this point, Andrew, this is like when you're done making your perception.
I'm probably
you can rejoin the group at this point if you want, or you can do something else. But
I'm coming back. I've kind
of. No, I just wanted to say because they said they were talking while you left, so I wanted to give them some time that you couldn't butt in because you know.
Listen.
I figured that was what I imagined too. Is that I was like off in the woods, kind of.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
As an apology, and I could pull out some of my meal tickets. We're gonna go back to like the main city, and we're gonna celebrate. This is a win for us, I think.
This is a win for us, I think. That's amazing.
I say absolutely nothing, and I look furious.
Where's the orb right now?
Look, and then I look, Azala. I have these tickets to a show that like the demons might be at. Like, do you want that?
You like demons, right, Azala?
sorry.
And I'm like, what the hell happened?
I think, but before that, Azala, I believe Yaya asked you a question.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
Where's the orb right now?
Yaya, eyes on the prize, wants to know where the orb is.
I think it's been taken, I say. I couldn't find it, and I didn't see anyone around, but that's not super surprising, judging how well the Selesnya can blend into their surroundings.
And I just kind of shrug, like, it's dealt with. And like, I turn around, and I'm gonna like head back to where we came from, because I'm assuming from there we can figure out how to get back to District 1 or toward. Yeah, I don't know.
While he walks away, I'm like, Chenik, wait, Boris, soldier, wait, Chenik. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck happened to these guys?
So you lost the orb.
Oh wait, actually no, yeah. I'm like walking by. I'm walking by. I want it to be like, yeah, just leave them there. Don't worry about them. They'll get taken care of. But I don't even say that. I'm just gone. I'm like walking by, singing a song. I'm saying some poetry about this day. Like Chenik saved the day.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't lose the orb. We lost the orb. And we didn't even lose the orb. Senich stole the orb and gave it over to the Selesnya. That's what actually happened.
So you lost it.
Hey, who's... I'm not even there. I want to be like, who gave us this mission in the first place?
You're not there.
I'm not there.
You walked away.
You walked away. You've given up your rights to roleplay in this conversation.
Yeah. I'll stop. I'm walking away.
No, it's fine. That's fine. I don't mind peanut gallery comments that...
Yeah.
As long as they add to your character, like, this is what my character would say, I don't even think that's that bad. You know, because it helps you guys understand each other better. Although, keep in mind, you didn't actually say that. You were walking away.
Yeah. I think you could hear, like, very softly, like, strumming guitar.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
As I walk away.
Other things you hear, actually, is you hear a woodpecker.
That's annoying.
A little bit. And you actually notice that there's a variety of bird songs, actually. wafting their way through the forest at this point.
I say, oh great, look, they're celebrating.
Wait.
Like, oh my god.
Hey, so Igor, I'm gonna set you free.
Wait, is he unconscious?
You're speaking. Yeah, he's unconscious.
Oh,
He's
Jan? What's his other Jan?
They're both unconscious.
He's also
God.
unconscious.
Yeah.
You just
They were
watched
not-
me like brutally punch them unconscious.
Sandwich over there just decided to start smacking people.
Hey, you weren't there to see that. You don't know.
I know, but I fucking probably figured it out pretty quickly. You told me I could smack them.
He inferred from the evidence.
Yeah, like
Giant
metagaming.
elephant fist in his, like, marks in his head.
Giant elephant hooves.
There's this elephant-shaped flat spot on the side of his head. It looks like.
Ah, yeah, it's genetics work.
Oh man.
Nah, I guess Lockstone must have like normal-ish hands, huh?
Yeah, they have normal hands.
I think they do actually.
You know, it's funny. Whenever I look at like art, like it never strikes me as odd, and then I think about the idea of an elephant having hands, and it creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah, that's really
That's why Babar never had hands.
I think they have like I think in most art they have like big, thick, they only have like 4 fingers.
Yeah, like
or like 3 fingers and a thumb, and they're like really big and bulky, so they look a little more elephant-like. But
Yeah.
so they don't look weird. But yeah. Anyway, that's very far afield from what's happening right now.
It's irrelevant. That's actually
Can't
quite relevant, I
confirm
feel.
Babar does not have a human hand.
Yes, it's true. He's the elephant man, literally.
I think we should make a Babar art where it's like Kirby with realistic feet, but it's Babar with realistic
Yeah,
hands.
live action reboot of Babar. That's what I want.
We need to
French
answer the question.
French colonialism as an elephant. I'm in for it.
Yeah.
But,
His real name is John Melick.
Anyway,
well. Technically, if we just leave, it has been dealt with.
I mean, yes, but
It's been done. It's fixed. It's one
well,
mission
maybe.
off.
It's,
One mission
it's
off the
better.
contract.
It's better. I don't know if it's fixed, quote unquote.
It's fixed for now.
This is not fixed, and I point to like the 2 unconscious people. I'm like, what the fuck
But
is this?
it will be fixed if we just leave.
What? How?
I just want this ordeal to be done with, okay?
I mean, I'm not gonna just let these 2 people become Selesny and I don't know. They're gonna feed them to animals or something. Like,
Probably.
yeah, no, we can't let that happen.
you have no evidence of that.
I know, but like, if this is gonna not be a problem, I don't see how that happens unless these 2 people don't exist anymore, and that's like not gonna happen unless they die, and I'm not comfortable letting these people die.
Hey, the Selesnius takes every life as a gift, okay? We don't like to kill people. It's the thing.
I got
You know,
an idea.
if you were there, I would show you that you close to this bastard, and Selesny are just full of shit. You don't know what the
Hold
hell
on.
you're saying.
Hold on,
Hey, did anyone die? No, this is the best way it could have been.
Wait, hold
This
on a
was
second.
terrible. This is great for you. This is terrible for everyone else.
It's good for you too. We could do.
It's good
is-
for
oh my God.
everybody, honestly.
It isn't like. Let me put it this way. I mean, provided that the Selesnya actually don't just start using it in the exact same way, it'll probably be better.
And if
We
something
should
goes
know where it
wrong,
is.
Back.
you know,
We cannot leave them here
why not?
because that's wrong.
There's no wrong or right. Just getting the mission
Oh
done.
fuck! What is that?
Wait, we're still trying to get by.
You're talking. You're talking with a Golgari member here.
I know, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna scream at them.
Hold on. We're still trying to get by that guy, right?
You're very. I was gonna say you're very moralizing for a Simic member. Is all. It must be said.
Yeah.
I guess.
Don't you trouble?
This is like common decency.
That's a fair point.
It's like
Decency, what the hell's that?
it's holy shit.
Do I notice that they're not following me? Like this has probably been a while.
I mean, I mean, I assume that you're kind of like doing the like I'm walking away, I'm not looking back thing. So probably you notice they're not following you, but you're kind of hoping that they will in a little bit. But I'll give you a little bit longer before you like come to the realization they're really not following you.
Okay.
Because I think you're like, oh, they'll follow me.
My vote is
Oh, yeah,
to
for sure.
leave them right here. What do you want to do, Azala?
I can't leave them here. I can't leave them here.
Okay. You're gonna take them with us?
Well, yeah, I guess so. We have to get them back somehow, safe, and hopefully, like, get them to not hate the shit out of us.
Okay.
That's the only way we don't have a vendetta from
You're
the boat
safe.
against us.
They're immediately gonna call us out and probably kill us with the burrows.
I don't think so. I think we have a room to negotiate here. It's gonna take their word immediately and be like, "Oh, you execute them." They need us to complete their job.
They don't need us to complete the job.
Oh, really? Because they were doing so great before we showed up.
Yeah.
Maybe don't use that line when you're trying to convince them.
What's that?
I said maybe don't use that line when you're trying to convince them.
I'll use that line. I'll be like, you can't, like, you fucking need us. Like, don't pretend. Like, there's a
Sorry, I'm just making jokes.
Wait, where are we
Yeah, no,
right
no.
now? We've been yelling for like an hour and a half.
You're in the woods somewhere, Ty.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like, I don't know how I could like resuscitate them or like wake them up.
Yeah, you can kind of snap some sense.
Wait, before that.
Like, I felt
running.
like we've been arguing for 2 hours. I was kind of face down. So
I'm running. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to catch up with Chenik before he does that.
All right. Azala, yeah. What are you doing? Are you staying with Azala, or are you gonna?
So we're not at the guards anymore. We're not trying to get by. That's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sort of, yeah.
Presumably we can leave now that we no longer possess the artifact.
Oh, so we're not trying to get by anymore.
We're just trying to leave and get to the Guildmages Forum.
So we're
We're
trying.
not even trying to get there anymore. Come on, Zella.
So, dude,
Everything changed.
Everything changed, yeah.
Do we turn back or are we?
I turned back.
I don't want to split the party, but if you guys feel really strongly about this, I'm willing to do it.
I don't even know where we are.
Yeah. You're in the woods. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You can actually see the forum on the horizon still. Like there are some tall trees here, but you can still see it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's pretty high up and it's on a hill, so it's pretty visible from like most of the precinct. Yeah, okay. You can wake them up. Yeah, you wake them up. They're awake.
Okay, I'll wake them up and I'll be like, "What the fuck happened?"
They're like, they're a little groggy, a little shell shocked. They're like, what's going on?
Are you okay? Are you guys okay?
They like blink a bunch of times. They're like, I think so. What?
I am going to undo your bonds. Please, don't freak out.
Okay, they don't freak out.
Okay.
They like kind of like stand up and are like brushing themselves off.
Yeah.
One of them like is like rooting around for his like sword in the path, and he like slides it back into his scabbard.
Yeah. And I'll be like, "All right, we need to get back to the Guildmages Forum."
And he's like, "You're right, we do. Come with us."
Okay,
I'll be like, "Are you seriously going to do this a second time?"
I'm going with this guy.
They got like the stiff upper lip going, and they're like, "You're in our custody. You're our responsibility. You're coming back to the Guildmages."
I'm going to be like, "Yeah, drop them again."
What?
Drop them.
Drop what?
Them. And I pull up my staff.
Okay.
Murder them. Oh my god, you're worse than me.
What are you doing?
I'm not going to murder them. Well, I might hurt them.
Looks like I'm murdering.
It's not murder. It's what it is.
It's what it is. That's terrible.
I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, guys. Do you want to fight these men at Asala's request?
I don't wanna.
Okay, well, Azala, Yaya doesn't seem to be dropping them, and they're drawing their swords and turning towards you.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna, since I still have Expeditious Retreat cast on myself, I'm gonna fucking peace out to where Senich and Anna went.
Oh my god, you made the situation worse!
All right, so you run away, and then as soon as you turn to run away, the Boros also book it in the opposite direction.
Hmm.
Somehow you made it worse.
Worse? How's that my fault?
Well, you don't know that, Cena.
Yeah, I don't know that. Well, eventually they're gonna catch up. So,
Well, yeah, but it's Yaya and
I guess whatever
Yaya, it's all a decision on how much they want to tell you about what has occurred.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well, the party's together again, so that's nice.
You come in and I'm like singing a song about like Senich save the day. We have time to save Zala's soul from the devil. Blah.
Dude.
Well, needs workshopping, but you'll get there.
Yeah. This is a song in progress. It's more poetry than song, really.
Yeah, it was like I say, it's it's basically like free verse, like it's prose, like it's like slam poetry basically. You're just you're just singing your feelings. I get you.
Yeah.
All right.
Do they catch up with us?
I mean, Azala catches up with you like instantly. It's like a bat out of hell, like tearing through the woods, and Yaya, I assume, is not far behind.
Yeah.
What you do with the soldiers then?
I let them go, and now I think they want to kill us.
I start laughing. I'm like, you made it worse.
So we might want to deal with that problem before we go anywhere.
What?
We might want to deal with that before we go anywhere.
I mean, like,
The problem is dealt with.
You made them murderous so that they have a
Dealt with.
reason to come after you.
they would have been captured.
Okay, it's fixed. Right?
Captured.
I look at Chenik and be like, can't your guild just take care of this? They're in Celestia territory.
I mean, we could hope. I'll send word.
Send
Like-
word immediately.
I'm just gonna cast the spell and get a little like bird to tell them
Sure.
or something.
What do you want to say? Just like the information. 2 Boros, please apprehend.
Yeah, 2 Boros
Yep.
heading toward area. I don't know.
Yep.
Something heading deeper into the forest. From context, I'm just gonna hope they know, and I was actually just gonna cast it without doing a ritual.
Sounds good.
Because it's like 6 seconds. It's like, yeah, they'll need to be apprehended.
You will probably get word back sooner or later.
Yeah, it's like you see me, you go talk to them. I like go up to like a squirrel or a bird or something and just start like chirping.
Yeah, you actually guys do notice now that there's a lot more like bird song and squirrels and smaller animals. So the forest is livened up
Do
considerably.
we see the animals or we hear them?
I'm
You
like,
see them.
listen,
Okay.
Azala, you're the one who voted to come in on a Selesnya mission. We're here to figure out and to stop poisoning the Earth.
I'm sorry. Well, actually, you're right. It was Slisnet who gave us that directive. True.
We're working for this whole operation is for the Selesnya, but
It is
more
not.
importantly,
It is not for the Celestia.
but
It is
more
for
importantly, for like, what is the world we're on? For Ravnica. We
There you
can't
go.
live on poison Earth. You can't eat poison grass. Like, I mean, like, and I'm like,
Look,
maybe
I'm
he
well
can. And
aware
I point to
that
like Anna.
Grass is full of silica. It'll mess up
Or maybe
There's a
she
reason
can.
I agreed to do this mission. It is also an issue for me and my guild. It's not just a Selesnian problem. We're not here for the Selesnia. We're here for ourselves. We're all painfully aware of that fact.
Wait, are we part of the same guild?
Yes!
The fuck? The
No.
Fuck,
Yaya!
Yaya!
You two are part of the same guild, although you are like kind of in like rival factions within your guild. But yeah,
Why is
Apparently.
your guild an asshole?
Whose guild?
Your guild.
We're
That's
in the same guild.
you two are in the same guild.
I'm not getting this info. What the fuck are you doing?
What info?
I don't know. Whatever you're talking about.
God.
While I walk away, I just say to Azala, "We're always solving your problems. Always solving your problems."
I'm just gonna go take my dog out for like 5 minutes or
Sure.
something.
Do you want to? Yeah. You want to take everyone just take 5 and
Wait, can we take 10? I gotta drop off my brother home.
sure.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
yeah, take 10 or however long it takes,
Okay,
and
be 10. Be 10.
yeah, whenever Steed's back, we'll pick it back up.
Cool. Okay,
Okay,
I'll
cool.
be back. Bye.
I mean, he's not wrong. I feel like I am perhaps the catalyst for a lot of action, which is good, but also we have a lot of drama.
You know, that's what makes being alive so much fun, is the drama.
Indeed.
Sorry,
For Munchies and Conceit. I'll be right back.
All right.
very rich.
I mean, it's like 90% ice cream from the left today.
Yeah, but it has like crumble on the bottom too. Sasha told me that she can hear him laughing from the basement.
Yeah, it's a good session today. The guys are really into it.
She said he's dying laughing.
Yeah, he's taking the dog right now. Basically, his character stole a powerful magical artifact and hurled it into the woods.
What?
Yeah,
Who did that? Sorry.
Sean did.
Oh, why?
Because he knew that there was people in the woods who were like waiting for it and would like steal it for him and his group that he's working with. But it was like kind of a surprise to everyone else. And Andrew's character specifically is really mad about it, so they're fighting, which is good.
Can I go? Can I go? Can we do that today? Yeah. See you later. Okay. Help me out, friend, on this. No, either way. I can't help you. Just gonna see if you can maybe do it on your own, but not you, well. I don't mind helping. Yeah, no. Well, because I don't want to like freak you out with responsibility. Help, like, you want to help me with the bathroom, my list of things I have to do. I don't mind assisting. Like, I don't mind helping you clean the bathroom. Up to you guys. I honestly don't mind helping, but I'm gonna be busy with D&D for a bit. Actually, I'll probably do the downstairs one if you want to do upstairs, but we can do both. So it's not a big deal. Yeah, I simply want to ask for their help. About the thing. Yes. Later. It's just, I'm curious what your well, you know already.
Hello, is anyone there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah,
He's not back yet.
that's fine. I realized much too late that, like, was it like a session, like the last session, is that we didn't even tell the Boros. Like, I'm the one who gave them the orb. I could have just like disappeared the orb, and then I was like, but this is more fun. This is like Chenik doesn't.
You weren't thinking. It's okay.
Chenik
It's
doesn't.
okay to do things because you weren't thinking about it. That leads to good character moments.
Yeah, like Chenik doesn't just disappear an orb and be sneaky. He convinces his compatriots that's the best course of action, and then does it, regardless if they say yes or not. Yeah.
Sean, you've been uploading all these on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Even
Okay.
the long, weird, awkward pauses usually. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to spend time editing them. Just to be truth be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I have to find where the edit is and then cut it out.
Where are they on YouTube?
They're on my YouTube channel, Digital Dungeons Archive.
7 subscribers. Cool.
Yeah. Also, it's being played on Twitch at Digital Dungeons. All of you should subscribe.
So this is our 12th session.
Is anyone in Twitch chat? Not even know. Twitch.
I don't usually do Twitch, no.
Following. Oh, not you. I'm just like in general. Like, is there anyone else watching us? Because sometimes it'll be like one person, maybe.
I think I stopped doing Torchbearer right before you started
sometimes
streaming.
It'll be like one person. Pardon?
I think I stopped doing Torchbearer right before you started streaming.
Yeah. I think you stopped probably like session 15, and like I started streaming around session 19 of like the first season, which was a slog fest because I just didn't know how to like run Torchbearer. I think maybe I don't know. / you guys were a little bit too like we're gonna die because
Well,
you would have, I think, but now I think you having a better grasp on the rules and how to like when to set the brakes in. You guys are.
well, I think we're good at that game now. Like we know how to play. Like we know all the mechanics because the game requires you to know all the mechanics to play. You know, you can't just kind of BS your way through it.
Yeah.
You really got to be like exploiting every part of your character to make it work. And I think part of it is that it's not that we're in less danger; we're just more comfortable with the mechanics.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like the second to last session, like that ghoul nearly killed like everyone. It was very close.
Oh, yeah.
It's like sheer luck that someone didn't die, basically.
Yeah.
Or I think it was Tyler, right? Like they just like went like Goku and whoever the other guy is at each other and like destroyed one another.
Oh yeah.
And you just did like slightly more damage, so you killed him before he killed you.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So like like the point is like it's still like very risky, but like we actually like know how to manage that risk at this point.
Mm-hmm. I think also you're asking for good compromises. You're trying to get good ideas. Like everything is like going there. So.
Well, like I said, like doing the playing the game well, it doesn't make it safer, but it does make you able to do more things. Like you're always at the risk of death in every encounter, but it doesn't matter when you know what you need to be doing. because that makes the fact that like you might die at any moment doesn't matter because like you're still you still know what you got to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And and also when you realize like how the mechanics work, they're like, oh, you should be establishing a base camp and like venturing out from your base camp repeatedly and just exploring a little bit and pushing a little bit and then returning to a safe spot, regrouping, and then pushing again.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of keep that process going. That's also very helpful.
Yep.
When you realize that's like the way the gameplay loops work and how you're supposed to be doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna write a post about it randomly too, like on the Discord that we have, about like strategy for conflicts, because I think you guys got conflicts down, but you're not like strategizing because no one's ever made a hunter test to figure out like enemies ever.
I don't think I had hunter. I think that's why.
Yeah. Because like what you could do
actually,
things
did
like,
any of us have hunter? That might have been why. I don't think any
no,
of us
Tyler had it, and he had like he had an instinct
Tyler had
to do that thing, but he never really did it.
Oh.
Which is
Well, there you go.
basically you like size up the enemy or whatever, or you try to figure out the enemy's weaknesses, and what you do is you just like roll, and you'll immediately be rolling against their nature, so you know how many dice they'll have if they get into a conflict. That's one thing. And two, if you roll well, you can do things like their nature descriptor. So if they're not acting in nature, they roll half dice. So you
All right, so you can force them to try and do things that aren't in their nature.
And then also you can know things like order
just
of
like-
might, and then what's the other thing? I think it's like a separate roll, but you can also be like, how dangerous are they? And you can be like, what are their weapons? So when I say I'm equipping my lathe body, you can be like, okay, that gives you a +1 maneuver, +1 this. He's gonna do one of those things. We should
Predator natural resistance.
we can try to like possibly counter that at some point.
I'm gonna counter his life body by forcing him to eat lots of Oreos, so he gets fat.
No, but
I'll counter that by letting him eat me, and so as he digests my flesh, he
This is a
will
bonus.
be large and ponderous through the weight of all of the meat he has consumed. But see, you got to make jokes about the game being like, I'm going to solve this problem by dying. even though like we none of us died. Like once we figured out like the basics, we were able to like not immediately die anyway. It's not like last time where we just like hurled ourselves into an ooze and died. Like if that happened to us this time, we would be able to like figure out what to do. Whereas last time we were just like, oh, let's fight this thing, whatever. And then we all died.
Yeah.
Surely this isn't the sort of game where you can immediately die, and then we all immediately died. And we're like, well, I guess it is that sort of game.
Yeah, no, for
But
sure.
if you're playing now, we would have we would have done things differently, I'm sure.
Can you hear my dog?
Yep.
She's like upstairs
Okay.
barking.
I think I can.
I mean, I could, but it's not a big deal. It's just a dog.
Okay. Hopefully it's not too loud. Yeah, good old Torchbearer. Can't wait for Torchbearer 2 to come out. Well, I guess I have the playtesting book, but I have to read through it. And then elves changed a bit, and then yeah, it'll be a whole process to get that game back up. I also might want to like draw a map of the world.
Oh, we just took a quick break because Steve had to drop his brother off somewhere.
Would you be like, I guess, Andrew? Would you be down to play Torchbearer?
Oh, maybe.
Articles. I'm like, I don't have too many words. I feel like I've read like 5 articles a day every day.
I mean, that counts. Okay, it's kind
Whoops. And smart. And smart.
What's Christine working on? Her grad students?
I think he's away from his computer.
Yeah, no, I figured.
She's, I think, reading because she's done her thesis and she's applying for a postdoc, so she's trying to read new methodologies and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you asked me a question?
That's what you thought of
Oh,
this. I told you it's like very a lot.
I mean,
I just took it very.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys like my role playing today. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go hard on.
I think it's great.
on these.
I think it's awesome.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty fun. Probably good.
I think it's like perfect.
Good. I don't want to be like too out there, so this is good.
I don't think that. I mean, as long as you're not being out there just to be like random, I think it's fine. Like, I never felt like you were just trolling today. Like, I felt like you were just doing things that were interesting and fun, right?
Okay, good.
Like, I felt like as Andrew the person, I felt like you had total in character reasons for what you were doing. So I felt like it was totally reasonable.
Okay, but also I kind of like don't like that. Like, it's what my character would do is to be a complete ass. It's like, no, we all need to be consenting at the table. So this is good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just
But
checking in.
as long as for me, at least for me, like, maybe I should speak only on behalf of myself. At least for me, as long as it's, yeah, it kind of makes sense. And I mean, yeah, there's a line, but I think it's fine.
I also think like this, like the setting and campaign I'm trying to set up is
It's naturally
designed to spark conflict within your group because you guys have different allegiances, and you guys are going to be in situations like this where you're going to have oppositional. And like the reason that I'm not worried about that is because like I know you guys as a group, and so I'm not worried that like you guys are like, even if we had to do something serious like split up temporarily or make some changes or do something serious, like I'm not worried about having to do that because like I know you guys are gonna have like your egos in it so far that you're not able to like retract and play the game, you know. So, like I know the reason I let you guys fight so much in character is because I know you guys like are enjoying the process of like having an argument character. And like you guys aren't actually getting mad at each other, so like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like as long as that's happening, then it's just good gameplay, right?
Yeah.
You guys care about your characters that you want them to act, you know, in a way that makes sense and in a way that feels authentic.
Yeah.
But you guys aren't like, you guys are arguing, and I'm not like, I also avoid like putting stuff like, oh, your character killed your other character's parents, because like, you know, you don't want to have that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like. But like on this level, like this is just a MacGuffin, right? You guys are arguing about the MacGuffin. Like there's not any like emotional stakes really in this. Right? So your characters, not that your characters can't have emotional issues, but like you know, I don't want that to cause like, you know, strife of that kind generally.
Yeah.
But nothing. Like, this session, I'd say, is perfectly fine. Like nothing really has crossed a line as far as I'm concerned. I would say so if I thought it did. I think that this has all been really good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like,
making sure everyone's having fun.
No, for sure. Like I said, like that's the way. Like I said, like I kind of one of the ideas I had is like I want you guys to like, you know, get into it with each other, like argue and not. You know, because like I don't want it just to be like, you know, if I wanted to just have a simple, straightforward, like, you know, I would say like, oh, you all meet in an inn and you have a contract to
we have a common goal.
Kill a vampire. You know, I could do that. Like I don't have a problem with running those campaigns. I've run them before, but you know, like I said, we've been playing D&D for like the better part of a decade at this point. So like, you know, we know each other, we know our styles, we know what we like, and I trust everyone, like all of you guys, to like be able to do this kind of game without worrying. You know.
No, I'm not worried. I was more like being like, wow, that was intense and good when I was like upstairs with my dog, and then I was like, I should check in with everyone.
But no,
it felt good.
The reason why I trust you guys to do it is because I know you guys like actually care enough about each other to not want to like, you know, yell at each other, you know, not in character. And if something was like actually an issue, like, you know, you guys wouldn't go across that line. But like I said, that's because, you know, we've been playing together for a long time and we know each other well enough that we can, you know, trust each other to do that. So anyway, I also love when you guys get into arguments as a DM because it means I have to do much less work, which I have a big. I'm like, wow, whoa. So a few less things I have to do. Like these guys are just making the game themselves. Like, whoa. I just let them go off. Have
That's
fun.
hilarious.
So as a DM, I'm like, this is great. Not that I'm like, because and also like I think the setting lends itself to it as well. Like, I've got like I said, like I think a combat set piece every so often. I try to slide one in every session or every other session at the latest, which was kind of my design for this. Like I said right at the beginning, like that's what I'm trying to aim for. And like there could have been one today too. Probably won't be at this point. If we would get into one, I'll probably just call it. It's getting a little late, but like you guys could have like fought more explicitly, either the Selesnya or the Moros, but you decided to not do that, which is fine. So like I said, I try and always because I also think like your reaction sometimes as like this is almost like, and I guess this is sort of like metagaming, but like I think a lot of times as players you're just like, I just want to fight today. I want to get into like an argument. I want my character to fight today, and then so you'll take out like if you want a certain thing out of the game, you'll steer your character towards those things, which is fine, But I think today that was we just had a different kind of
I think it was good.
I keep thinking that Tyler is talking because his like mic is flickering, but I think it's just because he's got like speakers and it's kind of detecting that we're talking.
Oh, is it detecting us?
All right, I don't know why my iPad microphone is just better than any microphone speaker I have.
It's not like an actual problem because like I can't actually hear myself in like I don't hear like my echo or anything, but it's just weird because I keep thinking you're going to say something and then you don't, and I'm like, oh, Tyler's saying something. I should draw this sentence to a close, and then I don't want to like talk over him. No, don't apologize. It's just like it's just funny because I just keep. I shouldn't be looking at it. I should just like wait till you actually say something because obviously I can hear you when you do. But yeah, I kind of like am piling on the twists a little bit here. So I wanted to start simplifying things as well this session. So I kind of wanted to like end this conflict quickly and start contracting again, especially because you guys are reaching the point where you're starting to get a little notorious. So I'm gonna like start really ramping up the like level of intrigue. Now that you guys are like more comfortable in the world and as in your characters and how they interact with each other,
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is kind of like. I mean, it's been like 12 sessions, so it's a long introductory quest, but that's kind of how I'm framing this, like, ground poisoning thing. As like, this is like the first big quest that you all go on. And once this draws to a close, it'll be I think like the second main quest, which will be even more complicated than this one is. But will probably take us till the end of the campaign, basically. It will be. Well, I only say that because it'll be massive. Like, and I'm not even expecting there's no like we may not finish it because like it's not a big deal. Like we got like we've been playing this a long time, and I think we've been pretty regular because of Corona. It's helped. I think everyone's like, yeah, man, I just want to play D. I got to do something, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But the second campaign, it's something I've been working on. I started working on it like a few weeks ago because I'm pretty much done with this basic one. I got all the major plot points planned out for the rest of it. But the other one is basically like a huge adventure that spans all 10 guilds and has tons and tons of things, and it's very wide open and going to be very much more directed by what you guys want to do. If you get to that point, you'll be at the point where your characters are like important enough or noted enough that you guys will be able to kind of direct yourselves and decide what you want to do. So it also means that I have to do a lot more prep work beforehand before I throw you guys into that, because if I don't, it's harder to make things up.
That's fair.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's basically the basic plan. And so yeah, this adventure will probably, what level are you guys at right now? Level
4.
4, yeah. I was planning on this ending, like when this quest ends, you'll probably be at around 7.
Okay.
Because like there's a few more milestones that I kind of have like in my head for like level 5 and level 6, and then when you complete this quest, it'll be 7.
Okay.
And that's what I had in my mind anyway. It might go higher or lower depending on what you guys all do. That's kind of what I had in my mind, and then the rest of the game, again, like the second one will be taking you all the way up to like very high teens as a level. So probably not all the way to 20, because I think honestly by the time you get to like 17, 18, like you're already like so insanely powerful that it barely matters.
That's fair.
But yeah, so that's the basic outlook. But I do have, basically I'm structuring, basically the way I'm structuring it is like every single quest after this one is going to be some type of like secret conspiracy that you guys will cover.
Yeah, that's good though. This is some good.
That's why I wanted to like.
games.
I also wanted to seed like conflicts like this one that are less that kind of have elements of like secrets and hidden information and stuff like that to get you guys used to the idea. And you guys are handling it pretty much how I wanted, so that's good. So that gives me hope that you guys will be fine with later on when you're dealing with it.
Worse.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, things will get more secretive and you'll be facing more powerful and influential adversaries, and you'll need to, like, call in favors and do favors, And then the nice thing about it is I think once we get to that point, it'll also be easier for me to run, like, not full party sessions, because I can say, like, oh, hey, this person's calling in a favor. You guys need to do this right now. And we can just have a little, like, 3-person session to say, like, oh, you're paying off a favor that you got earlier. That way we can just inject those in without needing to have everyone there.
So we shouldn't deal with Azala's tattoo.
No,
it could be a future.
That is actually a good example of, like, later on. I mean, it's not a great example because this is a little more involved. But, like, yeah, exactly. It would be something like that. Like, if you guys solve a problem for someone, but someone says, like, I'll help you, but you need to help me, quid pro quo. I'll probably save those and have, like, little mini campaigns that I can throw in when necessary. So, like I said, like, for like a one shot, you guys could deal with that problem for him. Or alternatively, right, like, if you owe them a favor, that you need to solve some different problem, right? You can be like, oh, please, we'll, favors for favors and all that.
Okay. Is Steve here yet or not yet?
Yeah, I've been here for a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Steve's back. All right. You're so sneaky, Steve. All right.
I think I was been hearing him, but I wasn't 100% sure.
All right. Well, in that case,
where were we? Oh yeah.
We are in the woods.
Yeah.
Listen, Azala. Listen, it's all gonna take care of itself. Probably. Anyways,
Exactly.
flash you some tickets to like the Raknos thing. I'm like, listen, I have these Raknos tickets. You have what looks like a Raknos tattoo, something. See, you seem pretty worried about that. Maybe you go here. You can ask a few questions. Maybe it helps you out.
I mean, maybe it's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. And like I like give you the tickets, and I'm like, here you go. Like I'm like putting them in your hand. There you go.
I kind of like reluctantly like just put them in my breast pocket.
Was it 4 tickets or was it just like the 1 or 2 or something?
I think that it was a full set. I'll say.
Okay. Yeah, and I was like, look, yeah, there's 4 of us.
It was
there's
basically like it's basically like a ticket is like for like a party, right? So like if someone could bring like their family, or well, they might not bring their family to one of these, but you know, this is these tickets that they give out need to like. I guess maybe you can think of them like box seats, you know?
Yeah, excellent.
Like-
I'll
like
give it to him and I'll be
they're-
like,
they're
and listen, if there's a thing you need, you can ask me to come. Need backup, no questions asked. I'll just do what I need to do, right?
Yeah, but like generally, like the tickets will be like given to like organizations, and then there'll be like a handful of people will go on one ticket, 'cause, you know.
So I'm gonna erase that I have a ticket because it's now you have a ticket.
Okay.
That's for a few weeks now. And I'm like, look, we have places to be. There's this other meal ticket to a buffet, fancy dinner. I say we go there and get some well-deserved rest. Alternatively, we can go, I guess, track down these weird animals that like you promised, like a mob boss or something. Like what?
No,
Yeah,
it's the Idrix that we can take to the gruel to essentially ingratiate ourselves. Oh yeah, and then we have to get the other animals. That's right. For
So
the
we couldn't have done the Boros thing because
possession.
if we did the Boros thing first, then we couldn't go because the gruel would be driven out of this area. Look, you don't want to be owing these people things. Like, I
Look,
should know.
We just need to get the animals, bring them to him. I need to get a half ton of steel to frickin' Averio. Okay.
I'm just like shaking my head, like I don't know. I'm not 100% comfortable doing the animals, but like for you, maybe I'll help you out.
God damn it.
Like, animal cruelty is not like a thing I want to do on a regular basis. Okay.
I mean, fair enough. I can appreciate that actually. This wasn't a conclave. But keep in mind, it's why you got that orb in the first place.
Because you made promises that you I don't intend to keep.
We made promises. I wasn't even there when that all went down.
I wasn't there. I was on stage.
Okay, well, you were all there when you agreed to it in the end.
I wasn't even there when I agreed to it in the end. I came
Wasn't
in
it?
and you were like, "Cam, here's an orb," and I was like, "Okay, I got the
I was
orb."
the one who left because I went downstairs to get changed.
I wasn't there because I was.
Pretty sure you were there. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We decided as a group this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
We
sure.
need to get those animals and bring them back to the club.
That is one.
Also, that
That
gives
is
us into the gruel, which helps us check out those other 2 boxes for the Boros, which will help us satisfy our contract for the Orzhov, so we can satisfy our mission for all of our guilds.
Yeah. Well, as long as someone's keeping track, I like laugh. I laugh and I like I start strumming my guitar and walking.
Oh my goodness.
So where to?
again. Sorry, I got a lot of plot points you guys are juggling right now, so it's okay.
Sorry.
We're on the contracting area end of this storyline. So from this point forward, there probably will
Are
be
we? Are
fewer.
we really?
You say that,
I intend for us to be, but you know, as any DM knows, sometimes your intentions are, you know, the first thing that go by the wayside. All right, so where are you guys going? You're in the middle of the woods.
good
I
question.
guess we can go report to the Boros that we've dealt with the issue.
Are we gonna do that?
Well, we don't have to tell them. Well, we can report that unfortunately Rorik, Yand, and Igor have.
Well, we
perished.
might want to give the Celestia just a little bit of time, not the same day. Like they march out this day, like the enchantment might still be up. Like I don't.
Which enchantment?
The orb one, I don't know. The one that's preventing them from marching. If they march out as soon as we get there and then they get turned around, we should give them at least a day or two to figure out how the enchantment works to take it down.
I guess. But then what do you suggest then?
I say we go deal with some other promises, like going to take the gruel, and it's one of the three things. But if we get the second thing, if the Boros march on the gruel and the enchantment was taken down, and they drive the gruel out of this area, how are we gonna get the animals, man? Or
No. You're right.
Women.
Okay, no, I agree. I agree with you. I agree 100%.
All right. So in that case, what do you guys do?
I think I agree with Sanich. We should go and get the animals and bring them back.
Okay.
But I say I really need to get a half ton of high quality iron too, as well.
a half ton of high quality iron.
Yes.
What?
I just look when we were all making different deals.
We were making different. I think you're the one making all the deals.
What deals have you made?
I don't really know, but I do know that I have to do this now. And maybe a few other things, like 2 specifically. So, just being transparent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We're gonna get a half ton of high quality iron.
I was hoping we get it from the Boros encampment when we give them that fucking orb.
They're gonna do a thing for us
Told them that we
already.
needed- What?
They're gonna do a thing for us already. We did.
What?
Let's
They're
see
gonna
if
give
we're
us
cat.
high quality iron?
No, they're gonna march and do their jobs because we did a
Yeah?
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, but I need the iron.
yeah. You're gonna make another deal. We'll find another way. We don't go try to like. This is not how deals work. This is like I'm like looking at you like, does not anyone know how to make deals? Like this is like Celestian 101. We don't even deal with money. You do a thing for a thing. You gotta.
Favors for favors.
I feel like you're just doing things and they're just taking advantage of you.
What? Ridiculous.
What?
A guild take advantage of you?
And
That
everyone's
would-
taking advantage of you.
Who?
Who's
No.
taking advantage?
Is that Zala?
What?
You're literally just making random deals and people are just like, they could just use you.
Well, you know what? I'm getting shit done, so I don't care.
They're an embarrassment to the guild.
You are an embarrassment to the Guardian Project, you limp piece of cloth. All you had to do was take down 2 Boros soldiers, and you couldn't do that.
Yeah, he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it.
Like, they were already taken down.
Well, yeah, but we could, whatever. You know what? The more time we spend here, the less time we're accomplishing things. We should just go get those animals.
All right.
I wish we should add like a quote feature. You should add a quote bot to your Twitch channel, Sean, so that I can add "you limp piece of cloth" to the quote box. That's the best thing I've ever heard. That's the best insult I've ever heard someone give.
That's a good one.
I'm sorry, Tyler, that your character had to endure such abuse.
No, that's fine.
Anyway, where are we? Okay, so you guys are fighting. Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna put that in the chat just so that I remember. I'll figure out how to do it. It'll be good. It'll be good for the maybe one person that goes on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll go in there. I'll use it. Okay. Hold on, let me just
Yeah. So I think we're gonna go to the Ilblix thing, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
the
wrong
what
with it?
sorry?
The one I think we have to get an animal to exchange for other animals.
Basically.
Yeah, okay, so basically the way that it worked is if you guys okay, I'll go over it. So the Beastmaster, he basically had said that there was a Indrik that was going to be in the show but fell ill. So basically he kind of like left it basically like aside in like a basically a paddock. And he had told Azala where it was and said, hey, if you want to ingratiate yourself with the Gruul, you can bring this one back to them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then from there, we hopefully get animals that we can bring back, and then et cetera, et cetera.
Well, yes, because that is what you guys had agreed to do for the nightclub owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys gonna head back to that area and to the place where the Indrik was?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I'm like, didn't we guys have like a rhino or something? Like what?
A Ceratok.
A Ceratok, yeah.
Oh wait, don't worry about it.
Couldn't we just give them that animal back? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, what happened to that Ceratok? Do you guys remember?
Well, I mean, I remember.
They released it into the urban
environment. I don't think any of your characters are privy.
Yeah, I don't think my character was aware of what was really going on.
So.
No, I don't know. I know. I remember, but I don't. My character doesn't know. It's like, what? You don't worry about it. I'm like, all right. Like, I mean,
I won't worry about it. I guess.
I guess so.
Right.
I'll trust you.
So, like I said, the precinct is still fairly quiet, but there are people like milling about and some signs of commerce as you kind of like make your way back through this. Basically, you guys are going back the way you came, through the smelting district, and yeah. So you eventually, with a little bit of difficulty, manage to find the place that you're looking for. Yeah, the door is not locked. Just closed. So you swing it open, and sure enough, there's like a little paddock in here, and it looks like it was like quite large and could contain like lots of animals, but there's only one in here, and it's a very sad-looking Indrik.
Oh.
It's kind of a little hot. Like it's early fall still. It's only been a few days since you started, but today is looking like it's about to be like a little unseasonably warm.
Okay.
So the Indrik's kind of like slurping it. It has it's got like a trough full of water and a bunch of like fresh like bedding and stuff to munch on, but it's still looking a little under the weather.
Well, let's set it free-ish.
Okay. What does that entail? Exactly.
Is there a lead or like something we can put it on?
Nope. It's just in a paddock.
Sanich, do you know how we can get this thing back without much fuss? Or Anna? Either of you?
I'm so confused. Why do we need these animals?
To make do well on our bargain for getting the orb in the first place.
And this is for that person in Rakdos bar?
It's for the nightclub owner. I had to cut this deal so we could get the orb from him to begin with. So now we're making good on it. Unless we just want to renege on it. But either way, we need this Indrik to go to the Gruul so we can infiltrate the Gruul. Ideally. That was my plan from the beginning.
I feel like getting more animals.
What do you mean?
Well, why don't you disguise yourself as an animal to trick them, and then you can escape?
You speaking to me or to Anna?
To you.
Because then I would have to stay as an animal, Yaya.
Yeah, but you can change back.
But then I wouldn't be in disguise anymore. They would wonder why I'm there.
Well, no, then you escape secretly. Then we just keep recycling you over and over. Be like, here's all these animals.
Hey, Yaya, we're going to take this Indrik to the Gruul.
Sorry, I also
so
should
get
point out.
this around its neck.
that Indriks are quite large, by the way.
What are the, what is it? What is an
I was
Indrik?
imagining like a giant horse, like a horse-ish size.
Hold on. Let me get you a picture of what an Indrik kind of looks like.
Like,
This one would be
am I
like,
dealing with? I'm imagining like a giraffe that's like a cross with a deer for some reason.
no.
Yeah, I'm imagining antlers as well, some kind. Like,
Picturing like
This one's a little bit bigger than I thought it was. Hold on, let me find one. Here's a good picture of one. This one's a cute picture too, so you'll like it. Let me download this hard crop real quick.
Indrik, right?
The problem is there's a real like mythological beast called an Indrik, which doesn't really look like the ones.
Oh yeah, because that is like what I was thinking of, like the stag.
Yeah.
And then there's this giant like.
Here's what they look like in D&D, and about the size of the thing that. This was actually quite small. For an Indrik.
Indriks are massive.
Yeah. They use the elephant stat block in the Monster Manual, if that helps you any.
Yeah.
So they're pretty big. And this is, like I said, this is like a juvenile.
Where are you putting it? Where'd you put it?
I can't see it.
Ah, here you go. Oh,
My
okay.
God.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's he
This
Maybe
doing
we're
to that
putting a
man?
rope around its neck, or maybe we are. I don't know.
This one's friendly, but
Hitting the animal? No, I feel like he's hitting that guy.
oh yeah,
The card's called Affectionate Indrik.
yeah,
That
He's
guy's
being
all
a-
foul.
yeah. The card actually has the Indrik fight another creature when it enters the battlefield, which is basically in flavor like he knocks you off a high place because he doesn't really understand that like high places are dangerous. So I think that's cute.
Yeah.
It says the problem isn't the Indrik's enthusiasm; it's Ravnica's lack of guardrails.
Interesting.
So there you go. This one's not quite as affectionate as that one is. It's probably like a decent bit larger though. But
Okay.
it looks more or less like it looks like more or less like docile, or at the very least it's a little under the weather, so it's kind of head is kind of hanging kind of low. So you throw a rope over its neck and it doesn't.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Before we begin, Azala,
Hmm.
did someone actually say there's animals you can get
From the gruel?
from the gruel? Or
No, but
or
I
were you
figured
just
we could work
inferring
out
that
on our own.
all the gruel have animals because the one gruel was a druid?
Yeah, and he was getting animals from the gruel.
Or he was just getting animals from the forest?
I mean, maybe. Does it even matter?
Honestly, probably not. I don't know. But if they don't have animals, I hope you didn't use my name to strike this deal.
Nope. I didn't even use my own name.
What name did you use?
Yeah, which
What? I mean, maybe I used my name. I don't know if I even gave a name.
I don't.
Why are you asking all
why
these
would they give
questions?
Somebody
You should just
without a
go.
name?
do we even need to fulfill
What?
the deal?
Hmm?
We need to fulfill this deal?
You need to know if you're in a deal?
Do we even need to, like, do we even have to do this?
Yes. Well, I mean, no. We don't have to, but we should. Unless we want to have
Why?
another enemy.
A nightclub owner?
Yes.
This is. I don't need to. We don't need to do this.
Yes, but Anna, this nightclub owner is connected with Aractos, who's connected with Blood Witch Sanka. He's also connected with potentially many other people of powerful. Just because they're a nightclub owner doesn't mean they aren't powerful.
We have no name.
For what? The owner?
Yeah, you said you didn't give a name. Like, they don't know who we are.
No, I'm presuming when we were making the deal at the end, we probably all gave our names. At the very least, I gave my name. But I'm pretty sure we all gave our names, and at least we all gave our faces when we met with him.
I didn't give my name.
I mean, you guys can renege on any deal you'd like. I won't stop.
Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we couldn't renege on it either, but we would most likely suffer some form of consequence. So just be aware of that.
Fine with that.
I'm not. I don't think we need more problems.
What was wrong with this one?
Hmm?
It was ill?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling well.
Is it feeling well now? Like, I look
Make
at
an animal
Enna.
handling check.
I just look at Enna because, like, I don't know. I can ask him, but I don't want to ask the animal.
It looks fine. I take a good look at it.
Yeah, make an animal handling check.
Just like give a bunch of
Blood.
cats. Just be like, here you go. Here's 30 cats in a bag.
Yeah.
We have achieved animals. You may not have them fight to the death.
It's definitely like sick, but not in like it's not like in a die way. It's just like I said, like looks like a minor respiratory infection of some kind. Nothing serious. Just needs to just take it easy.
It looks fine. And then can I touch it through the bars or something?
It's not behind bars. It's just a paddock. So like you could reach. I mean, it's fair. Probably. I guess now that I think about it, these things are supposed to be pretty big. So maybe it's functionally like a cage from your perspective.
I'll just cast Cure Wounds on it.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
wonder if that would help.
I guess probably. I was just saying like it had the flu or something, but I'd say that probably cleared up. Yeah, we live in a magical world. So yeah, sure. Oh yeah, so it's feeling a little better.
How many animals did they say they needed?
By 4, if that matters. I don't know.
I don't know if he specified. I think we were just supposed to get him some animals, exotic animals for his shows. I don't know, 2 to 4.
Something like that. A handful.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the girl, I guess, and see what they have to say about this. And then, if they're happy with us, they're happy with us.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other piece of pie, though, because when we get to the girl, we want to try and infiltrate them to some extent, right?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta figure this stuff out. This whole business.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have a bunch of exotic animals, we can go and free them to trap them. I don't know. I honestly, I'm a little unsure what's going on there. But if we can just convince this animal to be like, hey, you want to go murder other animals for fun? And then they say yes. Maybe we can just bring them there.
Okay.
What a concept. All right. So you lead the Indric out. It's feeling a little better. So it kind of it makes like a rumbling noise. He kind of stomps its way out. Well, not just stomps, but pads its way out of its enclosure.
Is this like a wild animal, or is this like a non-wild animal?
It's kind of splitting the difference here.
Okay.
It looks as though it's a bit too tame to not be wild, but they normally, like I said, Indrics are a little bit like wild by nature. They are generally used to just pull really heavy stuff. And they're like herbivores, so they're not particularly aggressive. But this one looks like it's kind of hasn't carried anything in a long time. But it doesn't look like wild. A wild Indric would kind of just keep its distance from people. This one seems pretty comfortable with their presence.
Yeah, I whisper to myself, I feel like setting you free too.
Bunch of hippies. Heavy patrol.
Yeah, well, so have its animal fighting ring. Sure, why not? Everyone in your party is like, what? No, We're gonna do that? Are you kidding? All right, so you lead the Indrik out into the street. It does. I mean, and like they're not an uncommon sight, but usually they're pulling something, so that you do get a few looks.
I look like this thing isn't exotic enough. I feel like we should let this one free.
Yeah, but we need to bring it to the Gruul to form a relationship with them.
This thing is nothing special about him. Look at him. He's sick. It's like, what did the girl want with this one?
I don't know, but why are you making this more complicated? We should just bring it to the Gruul.
I don't know.
You know what was probably happened? So he was a friend of that druid's, and the druid just wanted to take care of him, and he was gonna make us give you a connection, and then you just murdered him. I guess that's probably what happened.
And men tell no tales.
I said he was gonna give you a good connection because he was part of the Gruul, and he just wanted you to take care of his sick buddy.
He was not on good terms with the Gruul. At least that is what he told me.
People don't lie, especially when they're carrying a artifact deep into enemy territory.
But I think you're making more of this than there is.
Alright.
I was like, okay, well, whatever. I think we need to try at least. I think
Okay.
that's...
Alright, so you lead it through the streets, and like I said, as you get closer and closer to Gruul turf, the streets get emptier and emptier, and soon you start seeing the telltale signs of Gruul raids. Cobblestones pulled out of the streets and hurled through windows. The vague smell of smoke and ash. And soon enough, you reach an area that's been pretty much destroyed, and it matches the area that Carl had told you about. Sure enough, you see there's a big, a decently sized fire, kind of like a bonfire, and some Gruul members are kind of lounging around it. They see you,
Okay.
and there's a handful of there's a handful of beasts that look like semi-tame, milling about. And as you guys kind of enter this quote unquote clearing, which is actually a destroyed block of what used to be buildings, one of the people by the fire calls out. It's like, "That's ours, isn't it?"
Indeed, it is.
All right, well, you can leave it.
We have not brought it without other gifts.
The guy, he raises his eyebrow. He's like, "Other gifts?
Indeed.
Like what?"
We wish to renounce our guilds and become a part of the Gruul.
He snorts. And he's like, "Oh, is that so?"
Indeed, it is.
He's like, "All right. In that case, come have a seat."
All right.
You guys gonna go sit by the fire?
Yeah. Oh, man, you're gonna make them empathetic, and I'm gonna feel bad.
Gonna make them what?
They're gonna be empathetic characters, and we're gonna be the bad guys.
Why are we gonna be the bad guys? What?
All right. Well, you guys are seated down by the fire, and so one of the girls kind of takes the Indrik and grabs the little rope you guys have been leading it with, and kind of leads it off. And says, "So, and this is the guy who's addressing you is a Viashino, basically a lizard person, and he's actually wearing a leather mostly like leather getup, and his skin is red, but he's like daubed it with like lime green paint, and like patterns of the Gore clan, which is again like the main clan in this area.
Mm.
He's like, so what? He like looks the four of you over. He's like, a motley crew, eh? What brings you to us?
Civilization has been poisoning the land. Civilization is poison.
What?
So the Viashino notices your objection, Tyler. He's like, do you not agree?
Sounds like eco-fascism to me.
He's like,
I turned to Yaya and I'm like, perhaps you're not one of us then.
Maybe I just want to get paid, man.
the Lizvoke is like, he kind of like flicks his tongue out of his, or the Viashino like flicks his tongue out of his mouth and like looks between the two of you and he's like, the Gore clan operates by simple principles. The strongest leads. The rest follow.
Well, what's stronger than overriding the truth? Am I right, fellas?
He like kind of like he flicks his tongue again. He's like clearly kind of like unsure what the heck you're talking about. He's like, you cynic mages, you talk too much.
Mm. I don't say anything.
That we are wary of those with, and he kind of like looks over the four of you. He's like, guild affiliations. It would not. It is not. You know, we are well aware of the fact that the other 9 seek to grind us to dust at the best of times. How can we? How do you? What makes you believe we can trust you? Why should we trust you?
Fair. Perhaps a show of faith?
He's like, which would be?
Well, we have established contact with the Boros forces at the Guildmages Forum. With you.
He like raises a scaly eyebrow.
I think we could help you infiltrate them.
He like kisses. He's like with like excitement. He's like, you could you?
Yes.
Very well. I think you need to see the box. All right, so we'll leave it there because I have to prep for this encounter.
Oh man,
Okay.
making more promises.
You just keep making promises until you can't make any more promises. And then everything works itself out in the end.
We have very different.
Yeah, man.
We're very different.
Digging a hole. That hole is like so deep. So deep.
I know you're probably lying, but like, it's not a good look, man.
I know, I'm sorry.
They'll be fine.
It's like, how do we get like? A, you're not talking about like getting animals. B, like, I don't even understand.
Well, plan A was infiltrate the Gruul. Plan B is get the animals. Like, get to the nightclub. Like, the first priority is to infiltrate.
Plan A for Azal is apparently getting like 50 tons of high quality iron or whatever.
Half a ton.
Whatever.
But that's not as important as this.
You're like, hey, I'll help you infiltrate the Boros, but I need half a ton of high quality iron.
Now you're thinking.
Now we're cooking, yeah.
No.
You guys are just, look, I haven't sent any assassins against our group yet. I just want you to know that's an option I have. There's a guild of professional assassins out there.
It's on a dollar.
just Azala. We'll just like back away.
They're generally not that discerning. I would say.
Hopefully my name's not beside that letter of Azala's name. Oh man.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
What's this YouTube video?
oh, just click on it. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Pretty epic.
I'm not gonna click on it
Okay.
just yet. Maybe I'll click on it and I'll open up a new window.
You don't have to. It's
Oh, that's funny.
Talk too much, Run DMC.
yeah. Sorry, it was stuck in my head. So
Well, all right.
Check out.
That
What are you
was
trying to say something?
okay. Okay, so yeah, I just gotta I'm gonna make a couple notes for next time. Before we go, though, I want to let you know that Azala and Sinich, and I think I'm inclined to give it to Yaya as well. We'll get inspiration for the session.
Really?
What
did you guys do?
And
What did I do?
as for you, Anna, I'm not going to give it to you, but that's not your fault. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I just didn't give you a task to do today, explicitly, as you're aware. But that's my bad. Sorry, just couldn't think of anything. So I just wanted to give your character some more interesting information. But that's all I had. That's all I had for you today. But the rest of you get inspiration, and maybe you'll feel kind and give it to. You can give it to Anna in a moment of. Because I think you can use your inspiration for like any role. I'm fine with that role.
Use
Like,
for any D20 roll, and you
Yeah, even if you're not making it, I'm fine with you using it for other people if you want. Because I
Like
think
on their
that,
behalf?
yeah. Well, if you say like, hey, do you want me to do it, and then you can. I think it's fun because then you can like have your character like helping each other out. You know, oh, here's I'm gonna help by doing this. It's almost like whatchamacallit in Torchbearer.
Oh, a helping die?
Yeah, like a help die. Like you're just like, oh, I'll help. You know, like, that kind of thing. I always like it when it's used that way. So that way, there. Now I've salved my conscience for not giving in inspiration. Although the rest of you all did good. So
I know what I did.
well, you did. You didn't have a lot of chances to do what I asked of you, but as soon as you had the opportunity, you did the exact thing. So I was like, well, you're obviously keen, so I should give it to you. Even though, you didn't like do it much, but you did it the first opportunity you had. So I mean, I'm inclined to give it to you. Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, next time I'm just gonna make some notes before I forget.
Yeah. This is good stuff.
Can't believe you would say that to me, though. Zalo. Very
What? It's your limp cloth?
Limp
Yeah.
piece of cloth.
All you had to do was bust out your axolotl arms and strangle them, and you were like, "No, I'm gonna just."
No, I'm not gonna hurt these people just because you want me to.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm
I'm sensing some intra-guild conflict here, and I am here for it. I'm
I
definitely
will
gonna.
murder people. I will murder people.
There's
Right?
definitely going to be a late game conflict between the two factions of the Simic. I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's like coming together in my head right now. I'm just telling you, it's definitely going to happen.
Okay.
It's like 20 sessions later. It's like, oh, I see what you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Maybe never. I mean, not come to fruition. I have I am coming thinking of a lot of fun conspiracies that would be fun, and one of them I'm like, how could I incorporate gentrification into this game? I'm like, I've got the perfect plan.
Oh God.
So there will be a gentrification subplot in the later game.
Mm.
So
Nice.
I got all kinds of fun stuff. But
It's a good theme, and I like it.
exactly. But of course, as you are well aware, Tyler, there's no politics in this game. This
Okay.
is completely apolitical.
It's a completely apolitical fantasy politic game.
Yeah, as you're aware, because this is a fantasy world, anything I say is not real, so it can't possibly be political.
Gotcha.
It can't be like the girl can't possibly be eco-fascists. That doesn't make sense.
That's not.
Fascism
There's
is real.
no representation for a
I don't see Hitler anywhere. How could they be fascist?
Correct.
Yeah, they're not fascists. They're eco-anarchists.
Well,
Well, I mean, I do think like that's one of the things that I want. All joking aside, I do want the guilds to both be like have good and bad elements and be like complicated, and like you could view the Gruul as like eco-terrorists or eco-fascists or something along those lines, or you could also view them as like anarchists who are fighting against an oppressive state, and
It's
both of
only-
those views will be right at certain times,
Right.
because they're not a monolith. They're their own, they have their own internal conflicts and strife, and part of I think as your characters, this will more be like you can make your guild better, right? That would be another thing your characters could do is like strive to make your guild, push against the bad elements in your guild and promote the good ones.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, it's only terrorism if you disagree with it.
Well, I mean that's part of it's true, right? One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, and that's there's a truth to that. But I think there are lines you can draw, but from the outside, it's hard to see what those are sometimes.
That's true.
I think that's part of the themes I kind of want to get into, and will be a perfect place for it tomorrow when you meet someone very important. So I've jotted down everything I need for next time. Just some notes that your guilds, because I think. Sorry, let me just make sure that you gave word to the Simic, right? Or sorry, no, you didn't. Azala.
What?
You just told Sinich to talk to the Selesnya.
For the two Boros guys?
I told the Selesnya.
Well, he said he would like talk to them because I said we needed to like capture them again, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get the Selesnya to like deal with it," and I was like, "Well, I guess that's the best we got, so sure."
Yeah. Okay.
I just told them the birds to get word to the Selesnya. Hopefully, the Wolf Riders didn't immediately abandon the area once they saw that with everything going down. But I don't know what their orders were.
Okay. Good. I've just jotted down some notes for next time. So yeah, that's everything. Thanks for the games, guys. Thanks for playing.
Good stuff.
Yeah, like I said, you guys. I mean, in a way, you did everything that I had planned for you to do, but you also I had other stuff that I have prepped in case you wanted to do it, but I didn't have this specific scene prepped. So I was like, this is a good sign to stop. But you guys had a lot of inter-character drama today, which is, like I said, as DM, I love it. It's good gameplay, and it's not a lot of work for me. So.
Yeah. At one point, I'm like, deep breath. I'm gonna go for it. I was like, I'm gonna go tell Anna.
Yeah, I really appreciate that because I know that everyone hates the guy in the D&D party who's like, ooh, I'm going to steal from my compatriots because I'm a rogue and that's what I do. And I'm like, as a person who loves playing rogues in D&D, I hate doing that and I don't like that. But I do I do want you guys to disagree and fight and get in each other's craw about.
No, that's why I chose that. My character is slowly warming up to Anna, and Anna's the one that's trustworthy, even though Anna betrayed me in my own guild sanctuary.
I know what you're talking about. That never happened.
Exactly, it never happened, and I trust you implicitly.
So yeah, but like I said,
you're my best friend.
The reason that I wanted to run this, with you guys, is because I know that you guys can do that sort of thing without it being a huge debacle. Because it wasn't a huge debacle. It went really well, and we had some great character moments. So I'm happy with it. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's all I want to say. So I guess I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
Yeah, and you guys free?
Sorry?
And you guys free right now?
Not me, but
For
I don't know. I just wanted to test out a game that we were playing. Me, Andrew, were playing yesterday.
Mhm.
It's called Among Us. It's on your phone. It's for free. It's definitely a game we would play. It's a line game.
yeah. I've heard of that.
okay, well,
I could
thanks
play that for a
for
little bit.
tuning in, people who are tuned in or watching the YouTube